Actually, it's probably this one. All right, can you guys hear me now? I bet you can. I bet you that did it. Oh man, so looks like 2022's theme is going to also be technical difficulties. Some things never change, man. Some things never change. Yeah, name a more iconic duo than TH in a stream starting with some problem. Dude, oh god, you're not wrong. Like, oh god, I gotta stop having some problems with the beginning of these things. That girl likes games. Hello, your YouTube channel sent me here. Well, nice. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna be doing Gorou's Hangout quest tonight because I still haven't done it yet. And ever since that came out, I think that came out like 6 weeks ago or something, maybe somewhere around there. I think it came out with 2.4, right? Yeah, it came out with 2.4. So yeah, just about 6 weeks now. I feel like about a month ago, I had some of you people from the chat telling me Ms.Hina is a thing. Ms.Hina is a thing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Ms.Hina, like, I don't know who that is. And then, I'd start seeing some memes, like little, like fan memes and stuff like that with the character in it. I'm like, why is this female character look a lot like Gorou? I don't understand what's going on right now. It never entered my mind for a second that this was an actual thing that's in the game. That there was an actual, like, canon Ms.Hina character that exists. I've had some aspects of it obviously spoiled for me over the last, week or so since I started asking some questions about it, because I ended up just having to, like, straight ask some people, like, hey, is this real? Because I didn't really trust that it was. I kept thinking this had to be memes or just people, like, photoshopping, like, a fan-made, like, female Gorou into some screenshots or something. I just didn't trust that this was a thing that existed, but it does. So tonight we are most certainly going to go through Gorou's Hangout quest and kind of see what the whole deal is about and kind of go from there. Anyways, so now that everybody can hear me now, let's see, back into the chat here really quick. Okay, good. So yeah, more confirmation that you guys can hear me. That's awesome because I've been talking for like 4 minutes. TH question, do you have Genshin on PS4? I do have Genshin on PS4. So I can prove it. I can't use them, but I do have them. The PS4 wings. I can't use them unless I'm playing on the PlayStation 4 network, but I do have them. And I also have what is it? There's a weapon that you get to what is it, this one, yeah, the Sword of Dissension, which pretty much only works for the travelers. I haven't leveled it, and you only get the benefits of it when you're playing on PlayStation, so it doesn't really do you a lot of good unless you're doing that anyway. So yeah, I've never bothered to level it up. It's a cool looking sword though. Haven't done Gorou's story yet, so I'm excited for this. Nice. Well, then I'm gonna get into it here pretty shortly. All right, something's never changed. Like when I hear that phrase, I'll be humming the Frozen song for the next week. What? Oh, something's never changed. I see what you did there. Okay. Hey, I'm thinking about getting C2 or C3 Raiden. I have 80k primos saved. Oh my god. Have you noticed a massive difference between C0, 2, and C2 to 3? So here's the one problem I have with giving an objective answer to that, is that from the very day I got my Raiden Shogun, she was C4, and I didn't play her at C0 at all. So I can't give you an unbiased objective opinion on that. Now, you can read through some of her skills. I can tell you at C4, right? Or was it C3? I think it was C3. Gives you an additional 3 levels to her elemental burst. So that alone is going to pay dividends in terms of overall damage output from her burst. So that is definitely going to be, a big deal. ignoring defense at C2 is also a significant impact in damage production. That's not a small total. So, you know, if there's, you know, if you're fighting enemies who have higher defense, it pretty much renders it mostly useless. So yes, Raiden Shogun for me, and the team that I've built around her has been one of those infallible teams that no matter what I throw it at, and, you know, people who have been in my streams and seen me play the Spiral Abyss, my Raiden Shogun team, no matter what my other team is, my Raiden Shogun team is the one that does not fail. That one always beats the timers. It's the other team, whenever I'm putting together my secondary team, that's the one that struggles. You know, like I have to rotate things and figure out how it's going to work before I end up getting my 36-star run out of the Spiral Abyss usually, because whatever my other team is that's paired next to it, you know, it misses it by 3 or 5 seconds or something stupid like that, and it happens over and over and over again because I like to suffer, apparently. Tevada Story and Predator Bow. Yeah, I do have that as well. Another weapon that you can't really make good use of unless you play on the PlayStation actively. Can I see if you can convert my PlayStation crystals to Primos after the 2.4 update? Yeah, we might be able to work that out, bud. It's a crappy weapon, so just leave it like that. Yeah, it's not great. All right. So, I'm gonna start with doing this on Gorou, actually, because I think that's gonna be the way to go. Yeah, endings I haven't reached. I am aware. All right, begin hangout. The Canine General's Special Operations. All right. Accidental encounter. Talk to Gorou. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Ito team so that I can be on Gorou for the... Oh, it's Miko. And Gorou. They're here together. Okay. I'm here for this.
I really can't recommend that store highly enough. A couple more visits and you'll find that the fur on your tail is silky smooth.
From one tailed person to another?
A gorgeous tail like yours deserves lots of tender, loving care.
You know...
Don't you agree?
Miko.
No need. I'm not interested in that kind of thing.
You
Okay.
say that, but do I see your ears saying otherwise?
Oh, she can see through you.
Although your tail isn't professionally maintained, the fur doesn't look dry and coarse. To me, this says you like to take care of it.
So this is an interesting window into the tail havers of Tevat.
I'm also
Does this mean that Miko has a tail?
Into a fetal position and hug your fluffy tail tight as you go off to sleep.
How do you know?
Busted. Poor Gorou.
Don't
He's just
be
an actual
ridiculous.
dog.
I'm a high-ranking general of Watatsumi Island. How could I do such a thing?
Oh, it's okay. There's no need to be embarrassed. The desire to cuddle up to a soft tail while sleeping is quite natural.
Really? Wait, no. Why are we still on this topic?
Like, Miko's just kind of just pushing his buttons at this point. She's just trying to make him feel as awkward as she can.
In fact,
and it seems to be
why am I even
working.
here talking about tails with you in the first place?
Yeah, what happened? How did this
Why?
happen?
Because you are blessed with a wonderful fluffy tail, that's why. I think it's very cute.
Ugh, I'm trapped. How do I get out of this?
So, I feel like the Traveler is taking danger onto himself at this point, because both of these are interjecting in this conversation. And, you know, knowing Miko what little we do, it's like, okay, so this could just be transferred straight into some kind of awkward conversation that's uncomfortable for the Traveler instead. But, let's go with, don't bully Gorou.
Oh, thank goodness. Please save me.
Please save me.
Oh, and how is my favorite little one doing,
Favorite little one? You call him little?
I didn't expect to meet you here. We were just talking about tails.
See that?
Gorou has a beautiful tail, don't you think? Doesn't it make you want to stroke it?
Look warily at Miko. Steal a glance at Gorou. Okay, well, let's look at his tail.
Not you too.
Gorou, now do you understand how appealing your tail is?
Pardon me. Lady Gucci,
This
we have
conversation's
completed the
getting
matter you
awkward.
instructed us about previously. We have selected a very skilled artist to be in charge. I'm confident that the finished product will be to your satisfaction.
Yeah, how did we
I'll take
get
a look
here? Like,
later,
what is...
And if everything's in order, place it in front of the store.
Okay.
All right. I won't tease the two of you any further.
That's probably for the best.
Do make the most of your trip here, won't you? Quite a lot has changed.
Sure.
I wish you both a fun-filled time on Narukami Island.
Huh. Yae Miko and the Yae Publishing House editor.
There was
Something.
definitely something
Couldn't read that
strange
last
about
word.
the way she looked at me in the end there. Could she be plotting something?
I mean,
Sorry that you had
maybe.
to see that. The real reason I'm here at Yae Publishing House is to buy some books for Her Excellency. Since Watatsumi Island signed a peace treaty with the shogunate, we've had much closer contact than we did before.
Well, that makes sense, because Kokomi is like, canonically a reader.
I also wanted to come and see what things are like in an area ruled by the shogunate. I hadn't counted on running into her.
Do you know Yae Miko well?
I've interacted with her a few times before, but I can't say I've ever gotten used to it. I've never been good at dealing with people like her. The way she towers over me and speaks so cryptically. Something about her is strangely intimidating.
Yeah, I could see
probably
that.
deal with her in battle, but I don't know where to start when I run into her in normal life. I guess this is a weakness of mine.
Not exactly the alpha dog, are you there, bud? It's okay, just ignore her. Why don't I help you overcome this weakness? Alright, sure. Why don't I help you overcome this?
That would be great.
Gotta do all the options anyways.
To be honest, this is something that's always worried me. If the soldiers ever saw me in this kind of embarrassing situation, they'd be very disappointed. So, I have to overcome it, for their sake. As soon as I've worked through this, let's go take on Yae Miko again.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you're the general of, you know, an army, and all of your soldiers see you being made completely awkward by somebody who keeps making light of your fluffy tail, you're probably not going to hear the end of that.
First things first, though.
Probably not.
Do you have any ideas on where to begin?
No, not really. We can start with some theoretical study. Yeah, okay.
Good
That
plan.
sounds right up my alley. Theoretical study, let's go.
Start by studying some theory, address the fear at its root, and then I'll have nothing to be afraid of.
Okay, start by studying some theory.
But where would I go to learn about this? I wouldn't know anyone on Narukami Island. Oh, let's go back to Watatsumi Island and ask around there.
Okay. Might as well. Alright, so that's far away. Wait, did he say Narukami Island and now we're going to Watatsumi? Did I just hear that wrong? I swear he said let's go to Narukami. Alright, well, whatever. Let's do this. Alright, seek solutions on Watatsumi Island.
Whew. I feel
Okay,
more
so
at ease
I'm
on
not crazy. He
Watatsumi
did say
Island.
Narukami. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who heard that. Alright, he feels more at ease.
I
Well,
have an
you're away
idea on
from
the way
Miko.
here. Many of my army comrades are older than me, and I'm sure that handling this kind of situation must be second nature to them by now. So I thought we could go ask them for advice.
Okay.
But I can't just go to them and say, hey, I'm no good at this. So instead, I'm going to go with a cover story, that I'm asking for a friend.
Oh yeah, I'm totally asking for a friend. That's not like the most transparent excuse story that's ever been told. You tell Shuhei about how all this happened.
I see. So you're saying that your friend, sorry, is having some trouble with a certain someone who has an intense personality?
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm here on my friend's behalf to ask you for advice on a coping strategy.
Based on my experience, the easiest way to deal with people like that is just go through the motions.
What's the logic behind that?
Well, you see, General Gorou, General Gorou's friend, I mean, always listens intently when other people are talking, and takes them very seriously.
Okay.
No matter who the other person is, General Gorou's friend
definitely knows.
treats them all equally. Which, don't get me wrong, is something I admire very much.
So, yeah, the asking for a friend thing really worked out. Super, super great. This guy
The other
spoke
side
through
of
it
the coin
immediately.
is that it makes General Gorou's friend very susceptible to falling for the other party's verbal traps and being led by the nose. Now, if something like that is bothering you, your best bet is simply to not give the other party your full, undivided attention. Don't hang on their every word, and when they ask a difficult question, just gloss over it.
Can just
makes
ignore
a lot
everything.
Of sense, actually. So that's how it's done.
That's passive aggressive as hell. It'll work.
Well, it's something to try. Whether it'll actually work in this case is a different question.
Just ignore
Going
it.
through the motions
That's awkward.
is
Ignore
a
it.
skill that everyone has to get the hang of as they get older. I'm guessing General Gorou's friend is on the younger side.
General
Well,
Gorou's friend
on my
is on
friend's
the younger
behalf,
side.
Thank you for your advice.
Don't mention it. Oh, yes, I heard that Miwa
Well, at least compared to
from
this guy.
Sangonomiya Shrine is also in the area. Why don't you ask her for advice too?
Sure,
She's
why
supposed
not?
to be good with interpersonal stuff. It can't hurt to get another perspective.
Makes sense. All right, let's see what Miwa has to say.
Okay, where is this Miwa person? Hey, Gorou.
Most people who wish to have an audience with Her
Guess we're just
Excellency
following
usually start
him
by
now.
presenting their name cards and official documents to Miwa, who then passes them along. So I'm
Alright.
sure Miwa has lots of experience dealing with all kinds of people. Hopefully, she'll have some good ideas.
Okay, she's right here. All right,
General
didn't have to go
Gorou,
far at all.
And the captain of Swordfish too. What are you doing here?
Oh yeah, I always forget about the whole Swordfish 2 thing.
We wanted to ask you about something.
You tell me about the jam you're in. That Yae Miko is awkwardly harassing you?
Friend wants to overcome his weakness, right?
Something like that.
That's right. Do you have any advice?
I appreciate you, bud.
Let me think. My advice would be to hide what you are really thinking.
Hide your thoughts.
Cast your minds back. Why do you think Yae Miko was able to tease General Gorou's friend, and not the other way around?
She talks like she should be a Catherine. She does.
It's because she always has that same smile on her face, so no one ever knows what she's really thinking. She's already won the battle right from the start.
So Catherine's also, like the administrator of the Adventurers Guild, and I guess Twilight's as a shrine maiden for Watatsumi Island, between interactions with the traveler and other adventurers.
If General Gorou's friend wants to go head-on with her, he must at least learn to do as she does, to conceal the workings of his mind.
You make so much sense. So what you're saying is, my friend just needs to keep his cool, and she won't have the chance to take advantage of him.
Exactly. Many things look complicated on the surface, but often, all it comes down to is who loses their cool first.
I mean, at the end of the day, for Gorou, is like being awkward and kind of losing it whenever she pushes the issue with things like his tail and all that stuff. Like, he's giving her the reaction that she's looking for. So, yeah, this is probably good advice. If you don't give them the reaction that they want, they will stop.
I'm sure with your approach, that friend of mine will be able to overcome his weakness.
Yeah, your
Then
friend.
I wish General Gorou's friend a great victory.
Friend. Yeah, even she knows exactly who he's talking
I'm slowly
about.
starting to gain confidence. Oh, I suddenly remembered. Her Excellency updated her general operational directives recently.
Okay.
Who knows? There may be some useful suggestions in there too. Let's go take a look, just to be thorough.
So we're going to look through the operational directives for some advice on how to not allow Yae Miko to control you in conversation.
Parts, and I think this is where I placed them.
All right, it's Gorou following Gorou.
Let's see. Deployment and mobilization, logistics, conflict resolution, dealing with Outlander merchants.
Outlander merchants.
Ha! Got it! How to avoid awkward social situations. That's Her Excellency for you. She thinks of everything, doesn't she? Socializing
Surprising.
is as important as a decisive battle. Know yourself and your enemy to succeed. Boy, if even Her Excellency treats this so seriously, then we'd really better be careful.
You know, that's interesting writing from Kokomi, because she kind of strikes me as having a similar issue to Gorou as well in character. She also seems to have occasional troubles articulating her issues and sharing, and I don't know if somebody were being, you know, this level of awkward, I don't know that she would have, you know, necessarily a problem being poked fun at, but I do feel like she has a problem expressing herself to her subordinates, which is definitely something that Gorou is having trouble with.
What I take from this is it's not enough just to learn some general countermeasures. We need specific knowledge of Yae Miko's individual weaknesses to achieve ultimate victory. But how do we figure her out?
I think we can visit Yae Publishing House.
Yae Publishing House. Makes sense. Since she goes there often, perhaps we can find some telling details about her there. Let's go and investigate.
You know, from the sound of things at the beginning, though, it seems like they're already making a certain something that that made me really confused for a month. So, yeah. So I might already be on the right track here. Yeah, that's a good point. Sony Firestorm says, you realize Sangonomiya is the most isolated human settlement in Inazuma. Of course, their social skills are impaired. I mean, maybe with Outlanders and people who are not necessarily from Watatsumi, but there's plenty of people in Watatsumi to define, or not define, but to develop at least basic social skills. Okay, it doesn't appear to be here yet.
Ah, greetings. Here to buy some books? We just got a new batch of light novels in. Oh, these ones are all the rage at the moment. I must say that
What a character.
Lady Guji has a keen eye for a good book. Almost everyone she picks is a bestseller. Apparently, the rumor goes that if you can impress Lady Guji with your writing, you're just one small step away from becoming the next big author.
Are those books personally selected by Yae Miko?
Yes. Well, first we screen all manuscripts, filter out the bad ones, and write synopses for the rest. Then we send those to Lady Guji for final approval.
So, you have close dealings with Guji Yae. What sort of person is she?
Okay. I'll be interested to hear this.
Well, for starters, she's a very busy person. Whenever she visits the Yae Publishing House, she never stays for long. So, actually, we don't know a whole lot about her.
So far, Gorou's Hangout quest is really a Who is Yae Miko quest. I dig it.
Still, she seems very invested in Yae Publishing House. And on occasion, she'll share some of her promotional strategies with us.
Okay.
Take
Promotional
That's Life magazine,
strategies.
for example. When we first started running it, sales were very poor. The return was barely covering costs, and for a while, it was on the verge of being axed. But the fans weren't happy about the prospect of their favorite magazine being discontinued. They kept writing in, begging us to keep it going. So in the end, Lady Guji stepped in and drew up a new marketing plan.
Isaac says, I'm convinced Kuroda here is the same voice actor as Teppei. He is absolutely the same voice actor as Teppei. And I'm pretty sure that guy does plenty of other voices within this game as well.
Next thing you know, sales are through the roof.
That's life. Wait, isn't that...
What's up?
Nothing. It just reminded me of something unrelated.
Zach voices everyone. I mean...
I didn't realize Yae Miko personally handled the marketing for Yae Publishing House. Yet more proof of her unparalleled skill in reading people's minds.
She does seem to have
thank you very much.
a way of doing
Is
that.
there anything more you can tell me about Guji Yae?
No, that's all. Look, I'm not sure what your plan is here, but I caution you against trying to second-guess Lady Guji. Just my opinion, but she's the most mysterious person I've ever met.
You think she's mysterious too? I guess we can forget about getting any insights this way then.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually,
well, she's definitely not
you said that this batch of light novels was handpicked
like,
by her,
particularly
right?
forthcoming with a lot of things.
Maybe we could take a brief look. Perhaps we can get some inspiration from them.
Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't call Yae Miko an open book, but she's certainly very, oh, what's the word? Maybe eccentric. She's really, really interesting the way they have her, and she's, you know, she almost seems like she doesn't take things seriously or takes everything seriously, and you really can't tell which one it is.
Sure. If you're interested, I recommend this book. I've been to other worlds, but I've never tasted defeat. The protagonist doesn't have any particularly exciting abilities, but never fails to defeat strong opponents. It's all thanks to their wealth of experience and cunning strategies.
Cunning strategies. In that sense, it sounds similar to Her Excellency Sangonomiya.
Oh, there's an iconic line in this book that people quite like. One who relinquishes nothing also gains nothing. If you want to win when you're at a disadvantage, a little sacrifice is probably going to be necessary.
Thank you for the valuable advice. Well, one more string to our strategic bow. Although I didn't learn much about my enemy, I've still learned a lot from everyone. It's time to put these theories to the test. Let's go to Yae Miko's lair, the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Called it her lair. She's not a super villain. Or is she? We don't think so. She seems harmless. That awkward moment where Miko becomes the first, like, properly playable villain character in 2.5.
So this is the Grand Narukami Shrine. It's the first time I've been to this place.
Oh boy.
Hello there. You look like you have something weighing on your mind. Would you like to draw a fortune slip?
No,
the
no,
Grand
no,
Narukami
we're good.
Shrine's
We're good.
fortune slips have always been very accurate.
I've heard that the generals of the past used to employ all sorts of divination techniques to find out their fortune before a battle. I'm not in the habit of it, but since the opportunity's come up, I'd like to give it a try. Let's draw one together.
Okay, so I guess we are gonna do that. Select the center left fortune slip, leftmost fortune slip, rightmost, center right fortune slip. All right, chat. Which one am I going with? Center left, left. So we'll just number it, you know, top down, left, right, 1 through 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one are we going with? Look, somebody's saying right because right's right. Righty right. Senora Banner win. I got a number 2, which still is kind of right. Oh, that's the same person. I got a 4. I got a 3. Easy, of course. 4 again. Got another 2. Got a rough left and another 2. So I'm kind of seeing there's been a lot more 2 or also things on the right side. So I'm going with number 2. Select the rightmost fortune slip. Click the cylinder to draw a fortune slip. All right. Let's what do we got? 5. Oh. Successfully drawn a fortune slip. Open it up quick.
Let's see what we've drawn.
All right.
It's great misfortune.
Uh-oh.
Hold
Well,
me.
that's not going to
I
help
don't feel
at
so
all.
good.
This must be a trap. This probably is a trap. Like, they knew he was going to come up here and try to, you know, flex his will on Yae Miko after hanging out with the Traveler for a couple of days, and then he comes up here, gets his grand misfortune slip before interacting with her just to put him off his game.
Are you saying that Yae Miko fears us and tried to sabotage our plans by making sure we drew a great misfortune?
Well, I mean, that's one way. That's definitely a glass half full way of looking at it there, bud. If you want to look at it that way, that might help.
No one knew she'd stoop so low. Well, I will not be intimidated.
You know, they have lots of, like, little dog-like moments for Gorou that are pretty funny. Like, even going all the way back to, what is it, I want to say in 2.0, where he was in the battle with Kujo Saro, and where they, you know, like the Tenryo Commission was clashing with Watatsumi Resistance, and he like kind of like rears back and growls, and you're like, oh, that's right, you're a dog. Yeah, Yae is definitely like 100 steps ahead, Errol Drummond says. Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Follow my lead.
Well, she's not here.
Any second now, we'll be face to face with her.
We're in this together. Let's show her who's boss. We're in this
Don't worry.
together.
All our hard work is definitely going to pay off.
Hopefully.
She can forget about teasing me this time.
You look for Yaemiko together with Gorou.
Oh? You arrived a little later than expected. Did you run into some trouble along the way?
You knew we were coming.
But of course.
Of course you did.
That's why I'm here waiting for you.
So what if you knew we were coming? This time, we won't get caught off guard. We're here to...
He's so frustrated.
Slow down. No need to rush. Let me guess. In the past, I used to have many believers coming to see me at the shrine every day, and most of them came for the same reason. Especially those who came in pairs. 9 times out of 10, they were here seeking to know their future fate, hoping that it would be a lifetime together. If you're interested, I'd be quite happy to do a reading for you two.
Don't, it's a trap. It's definitely a trap. Super trap. Also, obviously a trap. Whoa there, calm down.
Remember what Shuhei said? We mustn't pay too much attention to what she says.
Yeah, probably not.
Otherwise, we may be fooled by her cunning words.
Now that I think about it, perhaps I never needed to recommend that store to you in the first place. You can just leave all your fur grooming to your little friend here. Imagine him holding your tail in one hand, combing it gently with the other.
She is just laying it on thick here.
Uh-oh, not good. My mind is already full of mental images.
Oh, God. This is the most awkward quest ever. Well, can't unthink it now.
Resort to the method Miwa taught us.
By the way, there's really no point in trying to hide the way you feel.
She says with those eyes that just really burn through you.
But with your tail swishing behind you, it tells everything.
Oh, you might want to...
What?
Might want to hold on to that thing, man.
Then again, you know what? Most people only pay attention to your tail, but those soft, pointy ears are really just as fascinating.
I can't take it anymore.
One method left. A cunning strategy that no one saw coming.
Just push her and run.
This is going to hurt me almost as much as it hurts my opponent. But there's no other way.
Gorou.
I think the real reason you know me so well is that you're just like me.
Oh?
Just like me, you hug your tail when you go to sleep. And just like me, you daydream about someone else grooming your tail for you.
I see. You decided to admit your feelings in an effort to bring me down with you.
Yeah, sure.
Not bad. I suppose this is a step forward for you. But
Yeah,
I'm
there's
afraid
no tail.
I don't have a tail at all.
So far as we can see.
No.
That rip. KO. Yes,
Retreat.
KO.
Retreat! Fighting on is futile. Better to conserve resources for the next confrontation. We're out of here. When I get back, I'm going to train harder than I've ever trained before. I won't lose to her again.
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.
She definitely roasted him up pretty good. She's just in the back laughing at him. That's a great screenshot.
No,
I like it.
Let me try again.
Nice. That's a good one. All of the screenshots from these hangout quests have always been great. All right. So obviously I think I need to continue on that branch, so we'll kind of see where things split off on that one and go from there. Okay, so that's kind of its own branch up until this point. Interesting. They kind of look like they're almost all of them their own, because these 3 tracks are all their own. Usually there's 3 distinct different tracks. This one seems to have 4. Interesting, but there should still be 5 endings, so one of these splits into 2. So I guess I'll go with that one. Countermeasures conference. Continue playing. All right. Talk to Gorou about how to deal with the situation. So, you gotta figure out where to go back for that. Probably, okay, back down there. All right. So it's like right on the back side of that. Yeah, Aether says, what about your fox form? So, I mean, I don't think she just goes around telling everybody about her fox form, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Yae has a tail at some point. Like, she's gonna be a playable character. Like, if we don't get to see
There was
her fox
definitely
form,
something strange about the way she looked at me in the end there. Could she be sorry that
she's
you had to
definitely
see
plotting
that?
something.
Since
But
Watatsumi
we already went
Island,
through this, so
also
now I
wanted
need to
to come and
find
see what
the
things are like in an
alternate
area- I've
voice
never been good
lines
at-
here.
I could probably deal with her in back.
It's okay, just ignore her.
You're right. I've heard Her Excellency say the same thing before. In any battle, you need to think about how to avoid your shortcomings. As long as I don't come into contact with Yae, everything should be fine.
So just avoid entirely. Okay. Actually, Yae not all that bad. Yeah, let's confuse him. Let's do that.
Really? Well, it's a relief to hear that.
Okay.
In that case, I still have some business to take care of with the Yae Publishing House.
What is
They
it?
run a monthly magazine called That's Life, which has an advice column. Readers write in about their problems, and I'm responsible for responding to them.
So you give people advice?
I'm not quite sure why they chose me, but it's my job now, and I can't give it up just like that. Yae
It's kind of ironic considering that like the entire chain that I just did, he was wandering around looking for advice on how to deal with somebody. Just okay. Anyways, Yae just handed me the latest batch of readers' letters. Let's find a place to write the replies, then pack them up and send them back to Yae Publishing House. All right. Go to a quiet spot to finish writing the replies. All right, so that's pretty close. Glad we have another PC in this quest instead of a tax evasion trackers with randos. Don't know if I know what you're talking about with that. All right. Oh wait.
Huh. This place looks nice
Is that
and quiet.
Toma's? I don't remember.
Why don't we write the replies here? The sooner I get them finished and handed back to the publisher, the sooner we can go do something else. I just hope I don't have another run-in with, you-know-who at the Yae Publishing House later. Anyway,
You will.
the writing could take me some time. The questions I receive are often so strange that I have to think long and hard about how to best answer them.
I'll stay and keep you company, or I'll go keep watching Yae Publishing House. We'll stay.
Great.
For now.
Let's write the replies together. I'm actually interested to hear your perspective. Let me see here. Let's start with this one. Today, a new guy came to our village. He was good-looking and had a lovely voice.
Oh, Ganyu's story quest was tax evasion, wasn't it? I forgot about that. That was a long time ago.
When I peeked at him from behind the door, I felt my cheeks getting hotter, and my heart started beating faster and faster.
I love how he kind of trailed off on that. Faster and faster.
See, I can tell right away that this is exactly the kind of question I'm no good at dealing with. The letter seems to be from a young lady, which is not a demographic where I can offer much expertise. What's your take?
It sounds like she's falling in love. It sounds like she's falling ill. So we can go with responding to the actual thing that does appear to be happening, or we can give them the worst possible advice. It's like, well, you know, maybe have some hot soup and get lots of rest. Sounds like she's fallen ill. Let's go.
I think so too.
Of
Many
course
soldiers
he
have
does.
developed similar symptoms in the past when we march in the rain. It's easy to catch a cold in wet weather.
Right.
I've taken care of ill soldiers personally in the past, so I know this problem well.
Let's just ensure that Gorou's giving the worst possible advice we can.
I'll reply, the temperature has dropped recently, and it's likely you've caught a cold. Taking medicine will be an important part of your recovery, but don't overlook the importance of keeping warm and getting plenty of rest too.
Yep, well, there's the plenty of rest.
I think that should do it. Come on, let's read the next letter.
Terrible advice. What does the next
My
one say?
neighbor
All right.
is always borrowing money from me, but never seems to be able to pay me back on time. I have tried subtly raising the issue in conversation several times, but he always finds a way to dodge my questions. He was kind to me when I was young. I don't want to make things ugly, but the money issue bothers me a lot. Please help me.
Oh, this is actually a pretty tough one.
If this is a dispute between neighbors, it must be settled as soon as possible. It's like when conflict arises between generals in the army. The proper policy is to resolve it without delay.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. I happen to know somebody who commissioned something from a friend worth a good amount of money and then was never paid for that commission. And then 5 years later, she issued an invoice for that item. And that person was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I never paid you for it." And was like, "I'll pay you immediately." And then still didn't. Guess who still hasn't resolved that issue 2 years after the invoice was issued? Well, stop looking at me like that. Anyways.
The most important thing in military regulations is fairness. It is only right to pay back a debt. I want to suggest that the writer demands their money back in no uncertain terms. Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's reply along those lines. Let me think. How about this? It is good that you want to repay your neighbor's kindness, but be aware that you can find other ways to do this that don't involve lending them money. Right now, the most important thing for you to do is demand your money back. Being kind does not mean allowing your neighbor to walk all over you.
I mean, this is not bad advice, although maybe some of the wording is a little harsh.
And we are done with that letter. The next one seems longer. Let me see.
Okay.
Hello. I was born on Narukami Island, and now I'm a soldier in the Resistance. So, this is from one of my troops?
Is it someone you know?
Most likely, but I'm not sure who. Before passing any reader's letters on to me, Yai Publishing House has their staff copy each one by hand and redact all names in the process. So I can't be sure who exactly this is.
Sneaky.
Anyway, let's keep reading. I couldn't turn a blind eye to the Vision Hunt Decree, and my anger drove me to join the Resistance. My comrades and I have fought side by side, and I have formed deep friendships with them. Since we achieved our goal and the war came to an end, I have remained on Watatsumi Island. But this is not my hometown, and I often find myself dreaming of the cherry blossoms falling on Narukami Island.
He says, whilst reading the letter that this guy talked about, whilst standing underneath falling cherry blossoms on
I now don't
Narukami
know
Island.
whether to stay here or return home. The Resistance has treated me well, and I've long been disillusioned by the shogunate. But my hometown tugs constantly at my heartstrings. How should I reply to him?
You'll have to answer this one, Gorou. So, and I can't help you this time. So both of the answers are, well, you're screwed. Sorry, this one's on you. You'll have to answer
Let me
this one.
think about it. To be blunt, I obviously don't want any soldiers under my command to leave. But if making them stay causes them pain, how are my actions any different from the Vision Hunt Decree?
This is interesting to hear that, you know, I don't know that we had any canon confirmation earlier in the game that there were people from Narukami Island defecting and going to Watatsumi. Maybe there was, but I can't think of any. At least none that were introduced as having done as such. That's interesting.
I suppose I'll reply... Narukami Island has changed. You should go back and visit. That should do it.
Gorou?
I'll be okay. Come on, let's finish the rest of the letters.
You helped Gorou write all the replies. Hey, Kyria, thanks for
Thanks to
subscribing
you.
over on Twitch.
Writing
Thank you.
the responses went very smoothly this time. Let's go and deliver them to the Yai Publishing House, shall we?
Yeah. All right. Friends Path. Hand the finished replies over to Yai Publishing House. So clearly there's something going on there with that line of text having kind of weighed on him a little more heavily than you might have imagined.
That's all the replies for this round accounted for. Thank you for all your hard work, Ms.Hina, Mr. Gorou.
He almost called Gorou Ms.Hina. Uh-oh. Is this a thing?
I
Is
think
that
nothing of it.
did we already
I agreed
stumble
to
on
help,
this?
So it's only right that I do the best I can. Could I trouble you to come back to Watatsumi Island with me? I want to find that soldier. Not to persuade them to stay, I don't want them to leave without saying goodbye. Kazuha once told me that the bonds between people whose paths have crossed can never be broken, even after they part ways. But maybe I'm scared he might be wrong. People can change quickly, and I worry that the next time I meet my comrade, who fought so bravely alongside me, there will already be some distance between us.
Let's go
Great.
visit them
Then
together.
let's head off whenever you're ready.
All right. All right. Okay, so chat with the soldiers on Watatsumi Island. All right. That's gonna be over. Yeah, I think this is probably the better spot to teleport to. If I recall, TH wants to get all the characters so it's easy to make vids, so he is at least going for Shenhua. If somebody was asking whether or not I'm going for Shenhua, yes, I am. I've actually already gotten the materials that I need to level her and her weapon, so, or at least everything that's released, because, you know, MiHoYo did let us know what the materials were for Shenhua ahead of time this go around, which is a nice change of pace. However, they didn't tell us what one of them were, which is probably because it's an unreleased material over in Ankanomiya or something, more than likely. And, you know, that same material will probably also be necessary for either Shenhua or Yae Miko in 2.5, if I had to guess, but we'll see. All right. Okay.
General Gorou, and Captain of Swordfish too.
Yeah, Captain of Swordfish 2.
General Captain, are you here to inspect the camp?
Not this time. I just thought I'd come by to catch up while everyone has some downtime.
Certainly, General Gorou. Anything you want to discuss, we'll share whatever
Oh
we know.
god. Every time I see this NPC, oh god, he's Tepe with a mustache, and every time I see him I can't unsee it. And it's just like, Tepe didn't die. He just put on a bad fake mustache and he's just chilling out as a normal samurai now. He's just, oh god. Oh, every time I see him, every single time. Oh yeah, sus Tepe indeed. Sus Tepe. Anyways, General Gorou, anything you want to discuss, we'll share whatever we
But
know.
we haven't been out of the camp lately, so we don't have a whole lot of interesting stories.
Hinoji777STH and chat, do you guys think we'll ever have a 4-star event for Inazuma characters? Probably. So we've had one for Mondstadt, we've had 2 now. This will be the second for Inazuma, or for Lua. And so my guess would be whenever they give us Inazuma's like yearly festival type event, we'll probably have it. That would be my guess.
Actually, I've had something on my mind and wanted to ask everyone's thoughts on the matter.
Salty Suikun, is that how you say that name? Everywhere I go, I see his face. Are you quoting Spider-Man about Tony Stark? Is that what you're doing right now? It's not okay.
You see, after the war, Her Excellency streamlined the army and a lot of people were transferred to other duties. Do you still have much contact with each other?
To be honest, not much. We're so busy even with just training and patrolling that it's almost impossible to squeeze in the time to meet up. We have holidays, but we usually use them to go home and spend time with our nearest and dearest, and besides, everyone's vacations come at different times and our schedules rarely overlap.
Yeah, I'm busy when they're free, and they're busy when I'm free.
It also sounds like Tepe is doing a voice now.
Anyway, even if we did manage to meet up, what then? We all do different jobs now, and we all have new friends who aren't mutually acquainted. I'm not sure what we'd talk about.
Yeah, like how you're totally not Tepe.
So that's really how it goes, huh?
We all go through it, or it's part of life. It's part of life.
I
yeah.
know.
Sure.
It's okay. It just seems a pity. That's all.
Yeah, it's
You
not one of the
know,
greater things about
Having
life.
said all that, there's something else that I've always felt about this.
Really?
Yes, I feel that no matter how long we're apart, and no matter what we might go through in the meantime, all of us will be straight back here if Watatsumi Island is ever in danger. Even if we've all changed beyond recognition, we can always trust that we've got each other's backs. And that's one thing that's never gonna change.
We're your troops, General Gorou. You trained us, you took us into battle, and led the way as we charged against the enemy.
Oh, his
Even
people
if we
loyal.
seldom keep in contact now, we are still brothers in arms. If you say the word, we will all pick up our weapons again at a moment's notice. Long live the resistance!
No. It seems like he needed to hear this.
Yes. That's the way it should be. Long live the resistance.
Long live the resistance.
I won't disturb you any further. You guys keep training hard. Regarding everything else, I'm sure it'll all be fine.
After joking around with the soldiers for a time, you hear approaching footsteps.
Ah, General Gorou, you're here. I believe Hiroaki's been hoping to catch you. He's been waiting at the camp for a long time, but never saw you return. Are you planning to head back to camp later? If you're busy, I can go and let him know so he's not waiting there in vain.
Tell him I'll be right over. I know what I have to do now. Come with me. Let's head to the camp.
Okay. How far is this? Oh, Gorou
Denjiro
following
is right.
Gorou again.
No matter what changes the future may bring, we will
I'm
always
beating
have
you.
each other's backs.
I'm ahead of you.
Sure, there may be some awkward silences
Gorou.
when we meet again after a long time,
And
but in no
outrun him.
time at all, we'd be the best of friends again.
Oh, I still haven't gotten this yet? Jeez. I feel like I've seen that like 4 times while I was doing quests, and I always meant to come back and get it and always forget about it. Hey, cabbages probably.
General Gorou, I would like to request permission to leave the Resistance, sir.
So this is definitely going to be the guy who was writing the letter then.
I know this may seem very abrupt, and in fact, I've only just made the decision.
It's all right.
Back then, I had so much hatred for the Vision Hunt decree, and so much disappointment in Narukami Island for supporting it. But after the war ended, I wanted to go back and visit, but I still couldn't make up my mind. Thanks to Ms.Hina's encouragement, I was finally able to find the courage to talk to you about it.
Oh, I think I know what they've done. Oh, that's not okay.
Of course, if you disapprove, I'll obey your orders. I am your subordinate, after all.
Oh no. Ms.Hina?
Ms.Hina? Who's that?
It's a long story.
I see what they're doing here. That's not okay.
Forget it. Never mind her. I approve your application to leave the Resistance.
Oh, Miko's mean. Yay, Miko's mean. Not
General
okay.
Gorou,
Come on, don't look so down. It's not like we're never going to see each other again. If you ever have the time, you should come back and visit Watatsumi Island. There's no need to limit yourself to a specific place. Just do what you want to do. No matter where we are, we will always be comrades.
Let's
Yes,
doubling down
General.
on the same advice that Ms.Hina just gave him. Because, you know, the same person gave him the advice twice.
I'll take my leave then. Take care of yourself, General Gorou.
Take care.
So this
That was okay.
Yeah, that was,
Or
it was
should I say,
okay-ish.
It was for the best. This is how it should be. It should leave you with a smile on your face. Just like this.
Oh, that's a nice screenshot with him sailing off. We smile when we part, so that we may smile when we meet again. I like it. I think I'm picking up on what Miko's doing with this Ms.Hina thing. Pretty sure. All right, so we've got 2 of the routes now. This is the one that splits into 2 different paths. So I'm gonna go to the secret behind the letters, and we're gonna follow the split on that path to bring that one to a conclusion first. So back to the quiet spot. And we'll see where this one leads us. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna go right back to the same one. And just go the different route now.
Follow my lead.
But yeah, I suspect... I'm pretty sure what Yae Miko's doing is there's...
This place looks nice and quiet.
Like... She's changing, like, just like they're redacting the names of all the people who submit the letters. She's not submitting the advice call. It's not advice with Gorou. It's advice with Ms.Hina. They are rebranding him after he writes his advice. That's not okay. And that's why Ms.Hina looks like a female Gorou.
Finished and handed back. I just hope
I'm
I don't
sure
have
of it.
Anyway, the writing.
All right, I'll go watch the Yae publishing house.
You want to scout ahead?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that works. This way, if Yae Miko's lying in wait for me there, I can avoid her.
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
Stay sharp, okay? She is a force to be reckoned with. You must be sure to tread carefully. If you spot her, get yourselves back here right away, and we'll run for our lives. I mean, we'll make a strategic retreat. Anyway, I'm counting on you.
All right. Okay, so we're going all the way back down there. Go to Yae Publishing House and keep watch. Okay. That's just down here. Let's not accidentally crater on the way down.
All right, everyone, settle down.
Ms.Hina fan club member. Oh no, there's a fan club. Well, surely the Ms.Hina fan club can't be any worse. They can't be as bad as Barbara's fan club, guys. All the Barbara-sama stuff, like, they can't be nearly as bad as those guys.
We are gathered here today, united by a common purpose. Now, who can tell me what they think that might be?
Let's see what this is all about.
Well, of course it's to tell the whole world about how wonderful Ms.Hina is! An excellent answer! How gentle she is, how understanding she is, how delightfully mischievous she can be, on occasion. We can all testify to the great joy that Ms.Hina has brought to our lives. But my friends, there are so many people out there in this world who still need Ms.Hina's salvation.
Okay.
We can help by spreading the good news about Ms.Hina to every soul in the world.
It seems like this guy seems to be acting like he knows Ms.Hina, but Ms.Hina I don't think is a actual person. It should just be...
My friend, do you
man.
have a moment to talk about Ms.Hina?
Who?
Friends, I found one! Someone needs our help!
Oh god.
Shh, calm your voice down. We don't want to scare him off. Hello, my friend. On this joyous day, we would like to open our hearts to you and tell you about the existence of a perfect being.
The perfect being.
She is gentle, kind, understanding. She is the brightest star in our sky. Here, have this pamphlet.
Oh, they have pamphlets for Ms.Hina.
So, what do you think?
Oh god. Well, there's the first... Tevat's big sister, gentle and kind. She answers all your questions. She'll help you be rid of all your troubles. I kind of wish that we could... These actually... So these are... These do look like Tevat text letters, only slightly modified, some of them. I don't know. I don't know if that can be translated or not. I gotta make sure I get some screenshots of these pamphlets and stuff. So before I move off of this, I need to copy and paste something into Photoshop really quick so that I have access to these things. I don't like missing out on visual assets when I have the opportunity to grab them up easily. All right. So that definitely looks like Gorou. Why can't I? Okay, I guess you just, okay. Looks kind of familiar.
Oh, my apologies. In my excitement, I forgot to give you all the details. Have you ever come across a magazine called That's Life, published by the Yae Publishing House?
Yeah, technically, although we're in
It's
a
a
different
monthly
path
magazine
now.
featuring, amongst other things, an advice column. We were among the first readers to send in letters seeking advice, and we've received kind and gentle replies to each one. Although the editor chose to conceal her name, gender, and other details, we all see her as an emphatic older sister figure and feel convinced that she must be the same sort of person in real life.
So they're aware that the editor's name, gender, and other details are hidden, and they're just assuming that it's an older sister figure and that the writer is in fact female. Interesting.
There's no mistaking it. Just from her letters, I can feel that she respects me, trusts me. She has a natural ability to connect with people.
Well, this guy's definitely a little infatuated.
She's so considerate. She can always sense our true emotions from our letters and never fails to deliver the advice and the encouragement we need. Except when it comes to the topic of romantic love. She's clearly not an expert there. But even then, that just makes her all the more endearing to us.
Right, because, you know, on the last one, like, Gorou openly admitted that anytime there's, like, any kind of, like, romance type situation where it seems like it might be that, he's clueless about it. And then we were able to egg him into giving advice, which was obviously incorrect advice.
Recently, the column went through a low period where it just wasn't popular at all. In fact, they almost axed it. Fortunately, Yae Publishing House made the decision to publicize her image, and then the column finally started to grow in popularity.
So Ms.Hina is...
Ms.Hina is the person in charge of That's Life magazine's advice column. She is the one we all admire and adore so greatly.
Yeah, there it is. So, in order to stabilize and bring popularity to the column before it died, Miko made it a female Gorou.
So, when we heard that Yae Publishing House would be revealing the official likeness of Ms.Hina today, we immediately came here from wherever we were, all over the nation, to gather together and to witness this grand moment in history.
I wonder how Gorou would react to this.
Please,
probably
gaze
not
upon the
well.
radiant beauty of Ms.Hina. See how truly lovely she is.
Is this what's happening? So this is still go back and look for Gorou. So I have the mysterious flyer now. So I'm gonna have to talk to these NPCs before I leave. There's no way I leave this square without talking to them. But since I have that item, I do want to check this out really quick. It's just like it has that on it immediately. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. So I didn't need the screenshots of it because you just get it here. A pamphlet you obtained from the Ms.Hina fan club. You've got to say that design looks kind of familiar. Yes, it does. All right.
I've been following Ms.Hina's column since the very first issue of That's Life.
Okay. So definitely enthusiastic, this one.
Welcome to the Ms.Hina fan club.
Okay. Thank you, I think.
I don't know if you know the word fan. A friendly adventurer lady taught it to us a few years ago. She seemed to know everything.
A friendly adventurer lady. Interesting. Friendly adventurer lady. Fan. I'm wondering, few years ago. Friendly adventurer lady. I'm just wondering, it's at the Yae Publishing House. Friendly adventurer lady. I'm wondering if that could be Alice, maybe? Just maybe. She, travels around all over the place. Presumably could have been to Inazuma before the Sakuko decree was instantiated. Like, it could be
Oh,
Alice.
hey, there you are.
Okay. So now we have to tell Gorou.
Is, you know who at Yae Publishing House?
No, she isn't.
Whew, that's good.
What's up?
I just finished writing my replies, so I was about to head to Yae Publishing House and hand them in.
Why are you helping to write for them?
Why? I guess it's because I can help people this way. Also, the editor said to me, this is something that only you are capable of.
I'm curious how long he's been writing for the That's Life column. Like, I think at the beginning he said that they asked me to do it, but it made it kind of seem like it was a more recent thing. So did they have a different writer for That's Life at the beginning, and then they wanted to bring Gorou in to like have him be the writer but also steal his image and gender bend it?
They made quite a solemn request when they
We'll
first
see.
approached me, so I felt like I couldn't refuse it. But once I'd settled into it, I found myself really enjoying it. Before I knew it, I had written hundreds of replies, and sometimes they'd respond again just to thank me. It made me so happy whenever they'd compliment me. Every time I think about that terrifying woman, I feel like I want nothing to do with Yae Publishing House. But then, whenever I think about how my replies can help so many people,
woman.
I feel a sense of responsibility. By this point, I'm so used to it that I'd probably find it hard to adjust if I ever gave it up.
I can't let Gorou know the full story. I'll just have to hide it from him for now. So I mean, both options are basically we can't tell him.
Well, I don't quite know what's going on, but I'd like to get these letters delivered quickly while you know who isn't around.
He cannot
I'm
go
really
down
looking
there. There's
forward
no
to
way
the
they
readers'
wouldn't see the
reactions when they
resemblance, right?
receive my
There's no way.
letters. In the army, people are always a little reserved when talking to me because I'm a general.
Or these people might be either really enthusiastic to talk to you because they think you're a gender bent Ms.Hina cosplayer, or intimidated because they think that you are just Ms.Hina and you look a little different than expected.
Those obstacles are removed when you're communicating via letters. Everyone who writes seems to treat me like that one friend who they can share anything and everything with. So I'm not about to let them down. Let's head over.
Why don't I deliver them for you?
Yae Publishing House isn't far from here, if I remember correctly. Let's just head there together. Besides, this way, if you know who does show up, we can look out for each other. Let's go.
Oh boy, this is gonna get dicey. For sure, this is gonna get dicey. Oh, is Gorou gonna see the cutout? Like, if he sees the cutout thing that I've seen, that can't end well.
Strange. It seems unusually lively here today.
So you
I
say.
don't come here often. Is it like this most of the time?
It's a special
Hey,
case
There
today.
seems to be some commotion over there. Let's check it out.
You probably shouldn't.
Allow me to reiterate, my friends. We in the Ms.Hina fan club must abide by the club rules. Firstly, we mustn't try and probe into Ms.Hina's true identity. We of all people cannot cause her any trouble. Secondly, fans of Ms.Hina are not to make any controversial statements when representing the fan club. We must exercise self-discipline and present a good image in front of other people.
Oh man.
Thirdly, while our mission is to promote Ms.Hina in every way possible, if someone we're talking to says they're not interested, we are to respect that and not go forcing it down their throats.
I feel like they kind of already did that to us earlier,
And
but okay.
finally, we are here today because Ms.Hina has brought us together, but we are also here to change ourselves for the better, for her sake. Can we do that, people? Can we do that?
I don't know, can you?
Yes, we can!
Always make her proud and never bring her down.
Okay.
Oh, so this is what they call a fan club.
It
I don't know
is.
whose fan club it is, but they are raring to go. Reminds me of the rallying speeches we used to give before going into battle.
The answer is just and yeah. I feel like this should have been
Something's up, isn't it? I can tell. You're avoiding my gaze. Did something happen? It's not her, is it?
No, not exactly.
Excuse me, friend.
Oh boy.
Something about you looks awfully similar to Ms.Hina.
You're imagining things. No resemblance whatsoever. Damage control. No resemblance whatsoever.
Well, one way or another, fate has brought you here. Have you ever heard of Ms.Hina?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Well, now's as good a time as any for you to find out more. Ms.Hina is gentle, kind, and considerate. You can tell her anything that is bothering you, and she will patiently advise you on how to deal with it.
Sure.
Oh, well, she sounds like a very pleasant person to be around. She must be the polar opposite of Yae Miko, right?
I couldn't say.
Who's the spitting image of Ms.Hina? I wonder if they're blood relatives.
Oh man, he's so in for this.
Have you forgotten? We may not pry into Ms.Hina's identity.
Oh
At least
man.
let's take a photo with them.
No, you're not supposed to do any of that.
Friend, may we take a photo with you?
Oh man.
We borrowed a camera specifically to witness the official unveiling of Ms.Hina's image today.
Oh, so it's being
sir,
unveiled
that's
today.
fine. Why do they want to take a
Or it
picture
already
with me?
was, and they've already seen it. It's a Narukami Island custom. It's a quirky practice of the Yae publishing house. Let's go with the custom.
right,
Yeah,
sure.
totally. That's totally what it is. We did that with A. We totally took pictures with the Raiden Shogun. Just a little bit above where you're standing right now. People cluster around Gorou, and he takes a great many photos with them.
That should do it. Right. I should really be heading to the Yae publishing house to hand in those letters now.
Managed to keep him in the dark.
Make way, everyone. Make way.
For what?
The Ms.Hina billboard is here.
Oh no.
Please, make some space. Coming through.
Hey, everybody!
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
It's the real Ms.Hina!
Real.
Ms.Hina! Ms.Hina!
Now I'm curious too. Let's go over and take a look.
No, you can't. You can't.
Huh? Why?
I heard
What's the
Yae
problem?
Miko is about to arrive back.
Really? Then we can't stay. Let's get out of here. As curious as I am to see what all the fuss is about, it'll have to wait until next time. So please join me again the next time I'm delivering letters.
Totally. So yeah, the cutout's just behind you and you're just trying to stop him from seeing it. I can't shake the feeling that there's something you're not telling me. All right. So, okay, so the cutout is just here now. Hey, it's actually sharper than I thought it would be because I keep seeing screenshots of this thing being like really, really blurry. I need to see if I gotta get screenshots of this. First of all, that first screenshot's definitely gonna have to be with Gorou in said screenshot, but oh my god. Let's see if I can get the sun to actually hit this thing though, because right now, we cannot see this thing properly. Oh, all right, so is the sun moving in the right direction for this? All right, so it should be coming over towards it right now. Just need it to move a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wait for it to pass over on it now. All right.
Keep your weapon at the ready. You never know what's around the corner.
Awkward screenshot time. Just Gorou with his awkward cutout. He needs to have. Yeah, we'll do it like the thumbnail, right? Like he's just confused. Zoom it out a little more. Nah, we'll do it like this. Okay. There we go. All right, the sun needs to move more. Like, come on. Like, the lantern is kind of getting onto it now, though. Wait, where'd the? Oh, are these clouds like casting a shadow on it now? Like, what's happening? There should be. I feel like there should be sun on this right now. Is it the clouds or something that's causing it to go dark? Come on now. Where? Come on now. I don't want to get screenshots of it all in the dark like this. I don't think there's any clouds in the way. Why is it staying so dark? Light up. All right, it's getting a little better. Let me see if I can go into screenshot mode. Yeah, the lantern is definitely making a shadow on it though, isn't it? It's trying to kind of space out from it a little bit, but it's not great. We'll hide everything this time. Well, it's better lighting than I've seen in some screenshots of it, but maybe it'll almost be better at night with like the lantern glowing on it. Right now, like all the lighting is kind of gray. Okay, well, I moved the camera away and it lit up a bit. It still has a shadow on it from the lantern. I'm never gonna get this to actually be clear, am I? All right, well, that was a lot better, actually. I managed to time it when the lantern had moved a little bit. Something's familiar about this lady. Ms.Hina is taller. Yeah, the Ms.Hina cutout is taller than actual Gorou. Like 10 out of 10. Definitely taller than actual Gorou. I need to see if I can zoom it in a little bit more, I think. No. So I ended up having to like just Google images for this to make the thumbnail for this today because I didn't have any screenshots of my own. But if I have some higher res screenshots of my own, I can, you know, make better things if I ever have any content to cover for the Ms.Hina character in the future, which is ideal. So we'll see. Very bright. Zoom it out a little more. Should probably pan down more. Get one with it in front of the building properly, even. Actually, that's probably the best coloring I've had for it yet, and I've moved away from it before that one happened. So yeah, I was kind of right. Like, nighttime lighting is definitely better for it, it seems. Because during the day, it was kind of coming through kind of on the gray side, wasn't it? Okay, the lantern's on now, and it's just... I think the lantern's just kicked on, and it's just making it glow now. I can't believe that this is actually real. You know, like, when I saw the first... arts of this, like I'm pretty sure the first art I saw actually might have been this, but it was cut out and stuck on some kind of meme or something. I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a female Gorou. I guess somebody just decided they were gonna draw that, and they named it Ms.Hina or something. Like, I totally on no level assumed that this was an actual thing that is in the game on any level. And more surprised could I have been when I found out that it actually is, because, you know, this isn't the kind of thing we've seen in the game up until now, so definitely surprising. After finishing the quest, I'm told the cutout doesn't stay in Inazuma. That, I feel like, is a shame, though. So to those of you who have done the quest, you know that I guess it does not stay. And I wish that it would, but if they're not going to put it in Inazuma and just let it stay and like let it embrace that this is a thing, give it to us as like a teapot item or something. Like, we have the painting of Paimon from the last quest, which is like one of the best items they've ever given us for the teapot, because people have been making like memorials to make it look like Paimon died, which is hysterical. But like, give us a cutout of this, I think, for our teapots. I think that would be hilarious as well. And I have like an Inazuma town that I built in one of my teapots, and I think it would look great in that part of the town. That would be awesome. So hopefully there's... if I'm saying it, there's no way other people haven't been suggesting it. But when they put up, feedback opportunities, I will definitely be writing specific feedback for them to do this, so that we have that as an option. Maybe I will definitely push feedback for, like, hey, give us a Ms.Hina cutout for our teapots, because I think that would be hilarious. All right, so I think I got enough screenshots of the cutout. I just want to make sure I get some good ones of it with the publishing house now. I think the nighttime shots are better because the color just looks better. During the day, it looked kind of bad. So what I'm gonna do, I need to actually set an out focus for this now so that I can actually make it look good. And I'm actually gonna take some, like, a couple of minutes of, like, footage for this as well. And then just, we'll just hang out here for a couple of minutes and discuss some stuff while I am recording that. is this way, I also have it as an option for video footage as, you know, a possible thing that I need for that. I guess I should actually get a couple of minutes, like 1 minute of this and then another minute of a closer one too. Teapot item, yes. So you guys agree you would actually want it to be there. That's pretty cool. I think it would be a great teapot item. I don't understand why it's not already. Have you joined the Ms.Hina fan club? I think it's hilarious. I asked for a statue of the 7 in the teapot, so you'll have to wait in line. No. I mean, a statue of the 7 could be cool to have in the teapot as well. I definitely think that would be cool, so long as we get to choose which one we want. It's not just like a random one or something, but yeah. If they would let us choose between the 3, or presumably by the time we can even do it, a 4th, yeah, I think that would be really cool. At David Astoria, you know you've been doing this for like 10 minutes or whatever now, right? I guess. I mean, hey, listen, this was what the thumbnail was, so spending a little extra time on this part, I think is only fair. Yay, propaganda house. Yeah, I mean, kind of. You can redo the ending if you want to capture again. Yeah, so yeah, you can replay through it. But I mean, I'm right now, and I'm all about efficiency. So I'm gonna just get a minute of footage here, a minute of footage there. So I got a good about 1 minute of that. I need to get one more minute of it a little bit closer so that I can have that option for things later as well. Actually, the blur is... I feel like the blur awkwardly actually made this thing look a touch sharper at first. Like, it kind of almost cleans it up a little bit, because like when it's sharp, it's almost fuzzy, which is kind of weird. There we go. Right there. And another minute of that. And then we'll be good. We need Ms.Hina skin for Gorou. I wouldn't count on it, but if they did, that would be hilarious. I mean, you know, the multiverse is a thing, you know, like they could totally just make Ms.Hina an actual character. And the fact that it looks like Gorou is just an absolute complete, like, what's the word? Coincidence. There we go. TH, do you have Ito's friendship at level 4 unlocked? He talks about Gorou and Hina-san. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do, actually. I'll check that after I get this shot completely recorded. Ms.Hina is priority. This is great. Yeah, this is freaking hilarious. I kind of can't believe that this is real. I really can't. Like I said, for like a month, I was seeing things about it, and I was just like, I don't understand why so many people decided to gender bend Gorou, but whatever. I mean, hey, I can't always understand every internet meme, but it's real. It's actually real. It's in the game. It's a thing, which is absolutely hilarious. So what do you rate the Hangout from 0 to 10? Well, I haven't finished it yet. I've only done 3 of the 5 endings so far. I would give this a solid out of all the Hangouts. I would say that I've done so far, because I haven't finished them all. I've only done probably a little more than half of them. I would say this has probably been my favorite so far, surprisingly. I did really enjoy, oh god, what other ones did I really like? Oh god, you know, like some of them are, oh, Noelle's second Hangout, both of hers actually. I would say Noelle's Hangouts up until now were probably my favorites. But I think Gorou's is definitely a high contender for the top slot at this point, just because this is completely ridiculous. Like, this is like completely unexpected. I don't think they hinted that this was coming when they when they were releasing or teasing content for 2.4 or 2.3. Yeah, 2.3. So I don't think we had any inclination that this was going to be a thing, and just here it is. She is Gorou's mom. She set all this up with Miko to teach him wisdom of heart through words. Well, that would be surprising as well, wouldn't it? Ren 725. It's a lazy version of going to each statue, but yeah, kind of agree. What are we talking about here? Did I miss something? They should give us some statue device which allows us to switch through all travelers' elements. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I think that like swapping through the elements on the location is like, I understand like the convenience that would provide, but I can kind of understand why they won't let us do that from like a balancing factor. I'd pay for the Ms.Hina skin. I think a lot of people would end up paying for it. We should gift this cutout to Kokomi. She'll love it. Oh man, that would be hilarious actually. 10 out of 10. Great idea. She would totally know. Like, I feel like there would have to be like a bug eyes, like, you know, like a bug eyes emote for Kokomi when she sees it, because she's like, you know, like she opens the package or whatever that it comes in, or the crate that it's sent to her in, she's just like like really confused, like what the hell is this? Did I do Bennett's? Yeah, Bennett's was great too. I did do Bennett's. Beidou slaps as well because it's a day of a life in a privateer. Nice. Yeah, hers will actually, she may not be the next one I do, because I know that we have Yunjin and Ningguang coming up next, and I'd definitely like to prioritize Yunjin as a new character so that I can learn a little bit more about her, but also Ningguang afterwards, just because I've always liked Ningguang's character and I'd like to see a little bit more about her as well. Okay, so that is completely ridiculous. Like, this was like completely amazing. I kind of can't believe they did this. All right, so we've reached 3 of the 5 endings. We got 2 to go. And both of them go back to the same point now. So it seems like it'd probably be really easy just to get the statue to come back if you just go here, I guess. And then you just like play through the text to the end of it and you can make it come back whenever you want to film footage or do. Like, if I ever wanted to actually like film a scene with more characters in front of it, or get a screenshot with, oh, well, there's an idea actually. At the end of the stream, if I have time, I'm going to go back to this and get some of you guys who are watching with the stream to come take screenshots with me with the Ms.Hina cutout, because I think that would be hilarious. Yeah, we'll do that. But for now, I'm going to finish this up. Oh, that made that go away really fast, didn't it? All right, so we got to go back up here now. Teyvat Astoria, wait, Beiguang, do Beidou and Ningguang's together. I think that would be like a 6-hour stream, because these hangout quests tend to take about 2.5 to 3 hours to do.
She looked at me in the end there. Could she be sorry that you had to see that?
So
since Watatsumi Island
I gotta figure out where the dividing point was now, because I feel like I've done
I could probably deal
all
with
of the dividing points. Like, I've already done both of these. Let's see. Oh, I don't know which one I should even go with at this point to branch it, because I've already done these. So the dividing point is obviously somewhere else. Ning should be great, as we know some of her backstory thanks to Beidou and Zhongli. Would love to learn more. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. To say I have some Beiguang art is an understatement. So I take it you're really excited then, Ether, for the new skin coming out for Ningguang. Then I think that's probably a safe assumption. All right, so I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna go with okay. Why don't I help you with this weakness and we'll see what happens.
To be honest, this is something that's
so obviously I've already gone through this stuff, so I've got to find the dividing point again. Okay, so here I can act as a personality to wait. I can act as a personality you find difficult to deal with. Okay.
See. So if you pretend to be someone like her, I can keep practicing on you.
Okay.
If I can get the better of you, then I'll be able to hold my own when similar situations come up in the future.
Whatever you say.
Let's see. Where should we start?
Have you found yourself in scenarios like this before?
Now that you mention it, I remember having a similar experience back on Watatsumi Island.
Do you now?
I was with my subordinates at the time. We ran into a merchant, I got caught up talking to them, and I don't quite know what happened, but I ended up buying a lot of things from them.
Then I'll pretend to be a merchant.
I think we can give it a try. There's an island called Rito nearby. Why don't we go there? I heard all the Outlander merchants
back to the entrance island here.
Create the right atmosphere.
Rito's pretty close by, all things considered. Oh, we can teleport almost exactly where we have to go. Nice, that'll make things easier. At Teyvat Astoria, can we talk about your latest video, The Shattered Halberd? I'm confused about the halberd being official. Can you please explain? So the way I understood this is it's a little unclear, because, you know, like even in the end of the last chapter, what is it, the the YA publishing house like editor wrote something about how like pressuring Mr. Nine into, you know, or Mr. Nine pressured himself into a busy publishing schedule or something, or he rushed it and went into like a different stylization. But then if you go to the letters for Princess Fischl book, you find out that the Legend of the Shattered Halberd was part of the inspiration for the Fischl character. And so the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, that was the, you know, it was born in that book as a character, but he wanted her to not be like constrained to the love interest idea of Mir in the Legend of the Shattered Halberd. Now, at the end of that story, it's determined that like he had made her into the final halberd. So it seems like, you know, like he said that he wanted, like the God King knew that maybe he knows that he's evil or something, and he made her to be the thing that destroys him or something. It seems like that was the idea. But like the Legend of the Shattered Halberd seems to also vaguely hint at the idea of like world cycles, like the world begins and ends over and over and over again, which would be an interesting parallel if that's actually a thing within Tevat, but we don't know for sure, although there certainly are some parallels at the beginning of that to what we understand with the Archon War, you know, that was 2,000 years ago earlier. So everything that happened there in comparison to everything that's happening now, like he said that, you know, she, like at the end, he said that he made her into the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, and she was the final most powerful halberd of all. I think like the idea isn't necessarily that she's a physical like spear, a weapon, but like he made her into like an unshatterable weapon. Like she's, you know, like this newly reforged person that has like the strength that she didn't expect, or that he didn't expect, probably by living in the human world for a while and collecting all the other spears. And so she collected all the other spears and became the most powerful halberd herself, and she's supposed to be what brings an end to the cycle of the worlds. I think that's the way I interpreted it. So he made her to be the one to end the cycle. So she was presented before him at the end. I think it kind of implies that he made her into the halberd. He said that he wanted her to stab her with the halberd. So it's like he wants her to kill him so that the world stops cycling, because maybe he's tired of constantly being reawoken and destroying the worlds or something. Or maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Maybe that's what the cycle is, right? Like maybe she gathers all of the halberds until it gets to the point where the world is burned to cinders, and he's reborn and the world is destroyed. She kills him, he goes back into slumber while the world reboots essentially, and it all starts over again. It's confusing to say the least. I would be surprised if there's not like some inspiration from like Evangelion through the idea of this too, like all the impact ideas and all that. Obviously Evangelion has like these like spears and stuff and like world-ending events and all that, but the writers of MiHoYo have not been shy about the fact that they've taken a lot of inspirations from Evangelion, and like its whole idea of like, you know, destruction and rebirth and all that is pretty prevalent as well. In fact, like the first like original version of Evangelion, like the world ends and basically has to restart in kind of a weird way, and then everybody did eventually reborn or get reborn, but it was actually the same versions of them because they were all turned into orange goo and were floating around outside of the planet or something. It's been years since I've seen the original one. But it's weird. It's real weird. Anyway, so this is Rito.
It looks slightly gloomy. It feels very peaceful here. I don't see any Tenryou Commission soldiers roaming the streets. What a nice place. Okay, let's get started. I'll be me, and you be a shrewd and savvy businesswoman.
Wait, why would I be a shrewd and savvy businesswoman? You're traveling with Ether, Gorou. What's happening right now? That moment where it like cuts to the outside and like Aether's cosplaying as Ms.Hina. Okay. Now I need to see like fan art of like Aether walking around cosplayed as Ms.Hina for no reason at all. Epic 7 is similar. Yeah, I've actually played a good amount of Epic 7, and like I know that like that whole thing is like it's the 7th like reiteration of the world. So I've actually, yeah, I've played a good amount of that game. It's been a little while since I've really put time into that game, and it's also especially expensive as a gacha. So pretty much the moment that I picked up Genshin, like I stopped playing Epic 7 like for anything other than just passing. It's been a long time. Anyways, okay, let's get started. I'll be me. You be the shrewd and savvy businesswoman. Oh, it's you. You came all this way to see me. Or welcome to, oh god, Sukumamono. Oh my god, Sukumamono. I can't say that. Groceries. We've got everything you need. I can't read that at all. Oh, it's you. You came all this way to see me, just to avoid saying the word again.
So, a lot of the soldiers have been complaining about a shortage of blankets recently.
Okay.
So, 10 blankets, please?
20k Mora.
I'll settle the check right away.
That's it, just
the
like
price
that.
Seems pretty cheap to me. In which case, no need to haggle, right?
200,000 Mora then.
I think that's still not too bad. Is that supposed to be really expensive?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sorry. In the past, Her Excellency has always handled procurement of military supplies.
Okay.
I don't know the specific
Yeah, actually, I do
prices of
believe
these
they
items,
discussed that.
So, I never really know how to respond. This won't get us anywhere. I have to haggle to give you the chance to use your wily tricks on me. What do we do now?
Wily tricks. Let's switch to something you're more interested
Something I'm
in.
More interested in? Maybe, cake?
We're more interested in cake, guys. 100k Mora for a slice of cake. Of course it's cake. Why wouldn't it be cake? Oh my god.
That's so expensive. I know what a fair price is when it comes to
yes. I know what a fair price is when it comes to cake. If you want to bargain, you'll have to do as I say. If you can do one little thing for me, Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Wait a sec. If you think about this from another angle, a cake that costs 100,000 more per slice must be so much better than a regular cake.
I mean, in theory.
Well, let me see. I've been saving up recently. I think I should have enough.
What do you...
So
there's not actually cake.
Really a kind of cake that costs 100,000 more per slice?
Oh, did we bait him this hard? Is he actually thinking like there's real cake here? There's not real cake, man.
What a shame.
Poor Gorou. He really wanted that
Role-playing
cake.
as a vendor is a little outside our area of expertise. What kind of person do we both see regularly enough to impersonate convincingly?
I think I've met Fatui with the right kind of personality.
And it looks like a trip into the wild is in order.
Wait, what?
Let's go give it a try.
Okay. Interesting. Special training, go to the wilds of Narukami Island where the Fatui are. All right. Just teleport here and run south. Aether post pics dressed as Lumine, or else we kidnap Paimon. Do it. All right. Gorou is too much of a pushover. A little bit. Aether, guessing you've seen it. What? Don't think so. He's so rich. Where's Toma when you need him to teach haggling, right? Toma's like the haggling king of Inazuma for sure. All right.
I've dealt with Fatui before, but I always end up against those big, stocky guys who are much taller than me. I'm sure I must train just as hard as they do every day, but somehow I still don't have the muscles to show for it. Maybe I'll start to see the results in a few more years.
Well, I mean, you're basically like the human equivalent of a Shiba. You're kind of small. I can't wait to see that. I like you just the way you are. I don't know which one to pick. Oh, we'll encourage him.
I mean, at the very least,
right?
I need to look more muscular than my subordinates.
Well, your subordinates don't really look all that muscular. You're just kind of a small dude.
Trust in me has nothing to do with my size, but if I were taller and bulkier, they'd be able to identify me from behind more easily when charging into battle.
You thought it was Gorou, but it was Ito all along.
That way, our forces wouldn't scatter so easily. As long as I was on the field, they'd be able to follow me. But enough of that. Let's get back to it. Who are you going to roleplay as this time?
Let me amuse myself a little. The more the merrier. Are you here to... All right. Let me amuse... Oh, God. So, Venti. So, obviously, this is Venti. The more the merrier. Who is Who is the more the merrier? Which character is that? Oh god, I can't think of which one that is. And then obviously, are you here to play with me as Klee? Oh god, the more the merrier, the more the merrier. Who was that? Which character says that? I can't think. Oh my god, I can't think which character says this. Obviously, this one is Venti. This one's Klee. I cannot think who the more the merrier is. Oh man. Wait. So, wait. These are all voice lines for Electro-Sisson mages, aren't they? I've heard Klee say this. Venti says a line like this too, doesn't he? It's interesting to me. Wait, does he? Is that exact? Wait, no, what does he say? No, wait. Venti says, let me compose myself, maybe? Maybe it's compose myself. That's what it is. These are all Electro-Sisson mage lines then. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's what the chat's saying too. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm on the wrong thing then. Okay, let's see. So, Electro-Sisson mages then. Let me amuse myself a little.
I smell danger!
It's just me. Looks like I was pretty convincing.
Really? Huh. For a moment there.
Yeah, that's it. Are you here to play with
Fatui
Klee?
were
Okay,
right
that's it. Okay. Wait, does Beidou say something about the more the merrier? Maybe she does, actually. For a moment there, I could have sworn the actual Fatui were right here.
Wait, behind you.
Are they
It
actually?
wasn't my imagination. They really are here. Prepare to engage.
Well, that would explain why I started smelling aggressively. I gotta finish leveling my Gorou so that he's not like cannon fodder.
Bam! It's showtime!
Alright, well, let's just see if we can knock these guys out really quick. There's more. Okay. Don't you dare get your shield. No, no, no. No, no, no. No! Eat your ride. No, no, no.
It's all fun and games until the real Fatui show up, huh?
Yeah.
That little interruption has
I mean,
really
that wasn't a
ruined the
big deal,
mood for
though.
me. Let's not do any more Fatui impressions for today. It seems in poor taste after the trouble they caused in Watatsumi Island anyway. Do we have any other options?
Oh yeah, I did forget to check Ito's voice lines about Gorou and Ms.Hina. I'll have to look at that again. There's only one thing for it, and time for Plan Z. Let's go with Plan Z. That
What do you
sounds
mean?
interesting. Let's cut to the chase.
Isn't this moving a little too fast? Her Excellency advocates slow and steady progress in all things, and cautions against trying to advance too quickly. To clarify, it's not that I'm scared. It's just that I don't know if the time is right.
Be brave and give it a try. It's time to take this step.
I guess you're right. Thanks for your encouragement. It's not like me to shy away from a challenge like this. Let's do it! Time for a make-or-break training exercise!
Okay. Hit the Inazuma City streets. All right, so we'll do that, but first, I need to go and check out Ito's voice line, because I do, but yeah, he's almost level 5 now, actually. Oh, that's the wrong window. Profile. God, I went to like every window first. I even went to that one wrong. All right. I gotta actually go through all of these voice lines again, but let's see more about Ito. Gorou?
Oh yeah, the doggy general in the Resistance. Hey, I've got to hand it to him. He may be on the small side, but he's got quite the fighting spirit. Also, he gives off this vibe that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Almost as if he understands my innermost feelings. I mean, I barely met the guy, so it's kind of weird.
Okay. Interesting. About the lady with fox ears, that's definitely about Miko. Okay, here's something to share, Hina.
If you ever have something on your mind, you can always try writing into That's Life magazine's advice column. Ms.Hina always manages to come up with an encouraging and heartwarming response for all her readers. Just look at me. I used to be a lost soul, but not anymore. And it's all thanks to her. Oh, that reminds me. I managed to sign up for one of her upcoming meet and greets. Oh, I've been counting down the days. Wish it would go faster.
So, okay, so Ito is a Hina fan clubber, it seems like. That is hilarious. That is definitely funny. What a guy. What a guy. So, like, he gets those, like, warm and fuzzy feelings about Gorou because he is a Ms.Hina fan, and Gorou is basically, well, Gorou is Ms.Hina, so Probably like the kind of advice Gorou would give Ito would be the same thing, and that's probably why he has that that impression of him.
And we're back.
And he doesn't even know it.
Don't worry, my head's in the game this time.
How are they going to... By the way, we need to talk about that for a second. Gorou said they're arranging a meet and greet with Ms.Hina. How can they possibly be doing that? Because Gorou is not Ms.Hina. Ms.Hina doesn't exist. It's not a person. It doesn't make sense. They can't possibly arrange that. They're gonna have to keep lying to everybody and telling them it's delayed.
Whatever tricks you've got up your sleeve, you're not going to get to me.
All right, I'm a high-ranking military officer of Watatsumi Island and a general of the Resistance. Whatever tricks you've got up your sleeve, you're not going to get to me.
So bring it on.
Sounds like you won't mind if I go easy on you. How adorable.
This feels like...
Let's see that gorgeous tail.
Yes, it definitely feels like...
Yai, Miko?
No, not even slightly.
Question marks?
It's not that you do a bad impression of her, more like something is missing. I finally realized it when you were talking to me just now. I think that maybe what I'm really afraid of is her knowing smile and her piercing gaze.
She's definitely good about that.
Makes me feel like all my secrets have nowhere to hide, like she can just peer in and see them. But it's different with you. I trust you, so I don't feel I need to hide my secrets in the first place.
Okay.
Even when you're imitating the way she speaks, I don't feel afraid. Because we fought side by side in the past, and I know I don't have to have my guard up around you.
That makes sense.
But it also means that this training won't work.
Yai Miko confirmed to be Ghost Rider? What?
I just have to accept that this is a weakness of mine, as much as it pains me to do so. The thought of having to live with this weakness forever is frustrating.
Why don't we go buy some cake? Why don't we go buy some cake? Yeah, we're gonna go get some cake. Surely some cake will cheer you up. Let's go buy some cake.
I'd love that. I haven't eaten anything sweet in a long time. Off we go. Let's go buy some cake.
Yeah, let's go buy some cake. You go buy some cake together with Gorou.
All right. The next step is to find somewhere nice and quiet.
So just gonna go eat some cake? Go to a quiet spot and eat the cake. Let's go eat the cake.
This is so good.
Just the cadence of his like eating of the cake just like makes me like, it just seems like this kind of sounds like a dog would make while eating something like ravenously. You don't get to eat cake very often.
It's certainly a rarity in the camp. It's seen as a luxury item in the ranks of the Resistance. We have special meals on occasion, but even then it usually means meat and wine, not dessert. So, thank you for treating me to some cake. The only downside with Narukami Island's pastries is that they're such exquisite things, you can't just chow down on them. But
Watch
as Her
me.
Excellency says, a general needs to show patience and restraint.
Want to try my cake? I don't mind sharing if you want some. Yeah, I want to try my cake.
Don't mind if I do.
It's like you're half expecting, like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched The Office, but like you're half expecting like Gorou to start like doing like the Kevin Malone thing where he's insulting Oscar, trying to get him to hit him in the face with the pie just so he can eat more of the pie. It's like he just, I insult you to your face, just trying to get him to smash the cake in his face.
Home.
Home.
That's so...
Aw, they eating cake together. Desserts are the best. Well, who wrote this picture? Klee? And so is being happy. All right, so we got one left. Oh, I went to the wrong window for sure there. All right. I keep going to all of the wrong windows. All right. That is 4 out of the 5. 1 to go. Just this last one down here. All right. Continue playing.
Flavor in the world. The sweet, sweet taste of victory.
I do like that
That's
it's
why
giving
I've
me
never
just
spent
a
a single
few
one on
more
any of my
enhancement
snacks.
items,
I
which
want
I
'em all
also
fair
need.
and square. That's right.
A way to get over your fears is to become your fears. And boom, Gorou is convinced to dress up. What? As Ms.Hina? Is that what you're going for there? Oh, God. In before Yai lures Gorou into participating in a meet and greet with Cake. Hey, that seems like it might work. Of course, your PC had to freeze up just then. When did it freeze? All right. Gorou meets Gorou. What a hangout quest.
Strange about the way she looked.
All right.
Sorry that you had to.
So I need to go back
to come and see what things are like.
to.
I've never been good. I could probably deal with her.
So I don't. So last time I went to this, but there were only 2 options, and I picked the option that wasn't chosen. So maybe there's another one here in the ignore category.
I've heard Her Excellency say the same thing before. In any battle, you need to think about how to avoid your short.
All right. Yeah. Let's steer clear of the Yai Publishing House for now. Then.
Okay. Whatever you think's best. Let's avoid Yai Publishing House for now.
I'm kind of surprised I went to the right one.
Actually, there's something else I have to sort out while I'm on Narukami Island. It's a personal matter. Back when we were fighting the Shogun's army at Nazuchi Beach, I had a box with me that contained some very important items.
Okay.
The odds were stacked against us that day, and the resistance was forced to retreat. I had to abandon the box, but I managed to quickly bury it first.
That's a very dog-like, believable activity.
I went back to collect it on this trip, but it turned out someone had already dug it up. So I asked around the area, and the locals said that apparently the Adventurers Guild had beaten me to it. That box is very important to me. I have to get it back from the Adventurers Guild. Would you mind coming along?
Well, since you ask.
Thank you so much. Let's head right over. Time is of the essence.
All right. So you say. Okay, well, the first one is only 50 meters away. Ask Catherine about the fate of the box. So let's just run right up there and do that then. One of these days, I gotta level this Gorou. Like, it's really hard for me to justify using more leveling materials when we have Yunjin coming out, though, because, like, I'm gonna try to level her up, too, but I've already got so much tied up in leveling up Shenhua, so we'll see what happens. You tell Catherine about how Gorou is looking for a box he buried.
I'm afraid that will be a little difficult.
Why? What's happened? Has the box gone?
Don't worry. The item you are looking for is safe and sound. However, I'm unable to return it to you at present.
At present?
The reason being, it is connected to a case involving the treasure hoarders, which is still under investigation.
Oh, the treasure hoarders. Great.
That's strange. I buried that box there. What does it have to do with the treasure hoarders?
Allow me to explain. Not long ago, we received a commission concerning a theft by treasure hoarders at Komore Tea House. The adventurer who accepted the commission followed their trail and heard that they had buried the treasure at Nazuchi Beach. But when we went to dig up the stolen items, we found many other things buried there along with them. As such, we cannot ascertain which of the items have to do with the treasure hoarders at this stage. For now, all we can do is hold all related items at the Adventurers Guild until such a time as we have caught the group of treasure hoarders in question. Then, we will see that all items are returned to their rightful owners.
I see. I never expected that other people would be burying things in the same place.
I mean, I guess.
Since these are the rules, I won't press you for it. But might I ask how the investigation is coming along?
This
We're
is
gonna
where
get
the
that box
difficulty
back?
arises. To date, we have still not been able to locate the hiding place of the treasure hoarders, so I'm afraid it still could take some time.
So there's no knowing when this will be resolved.
Nope.
Maybe I could help. I could find the treasure hoarders for you, and once you confirm everything is in order, you'll be able to return my box to me. It's very important to me, so the sooner I get it back, the better.
That is...
What is in the box?
perfectly acceptable.
What's in the box?
However, many adventurers have investigated this case recently. They have searched far and wide, but their efforts have been fruitless.
Yeah, but you got the Traveler here now,
If the two
so
of you
clearly
are
we'll
still
bring it to
interested in
resolution.
taking the case, you may have to devise an original approach.
Let's head to Komore Tea
Yes,
House
it
first.
seems like the only sensible place to start.
Fair
With
enough.
any luck, we might be able to find some clues there. Well, actually, since it's come up, what's the Komore Tea House like?
A place to have tea. It's actually a hot pot place. Yeah, let's go with hot pot.
So they call it a tea house despite the fact that it is obviously a hot pot restaurant? How confusing. Anyway, let's go take
I
a
like
look.
it. I'm glad I picked that option. Just to, you know, confound Gorou for fun. All right. It should be right back here. You know, that's interesting. So you could actually kind of interpret the icon for Komori Tea House as a teacup or a pot with a lid on it. So that's kind of funny. Just the way that icon looks. It totally does look like a Japanese teacup, but like if you weren't aware of what those look like, then you might think that it's just like a pot with a top on it. Are you here to investigate the recent theft as well?
We're grateful for the assistance. However, I'm afraid I don't have any more clues. It was Tarumaru's #2 reserve fund that they stole. They struck late at night while there was no one in the surrounding area, so they could slip in unnoticed.
That moment where we find out that the item inside the box that Gorou wants is just a bone. It's just a bone.
By the time we realized, it was too late. They left enough clues for us to retrieve the box, but we found no trace of the group of treasure hoarders who dared to target our tea house.
Naga Lior says, hey, in Japan you go to a cafe to have curry rice, so it makes sense. Okay. Shenhua character demo available. Ah, hell yeah. Well, we'll definitely check that out once I finish up this path then. Let me go ahead and open up a tab for that so that I don't forget about it. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely watch that right after I finish this.
I've asked around many times, and there were no eyewitnesses at all. We're definitely dealing with experienced crooks here.
Tarumaru.
Oh, Tarumaru, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, I'll pull up the Shenhua demo as soon as I finish up this conversation. That way we don't all have to wait.
I don't know what's gotten into Tarumaru today.
He says he knows where the treasure hoarders are hiding.
You understand Tarumaru?
How can I describe it? It's like listening to a regional dialect. A lot of it goes over my head, but I can still get the general gist.
Hinoji777 said, what will Dainsliff say at the end? That's collected miscellany, not the character demos. Different videos.
Anyway, he says he was there at the scene of the crime. The treasure hoarders didn't see Tarumaru as a threat, so he stayed and listened in on their whole conversation. Since there were so many of them and they were armed, Tarumaru didn't dare to bark loudly, so he just had to let them go.
Oh, no wonder. Poor boy. He's been acting more anxious than usual lately and is always looking outside. And I thought he just wanted someone to take him for a walk.
That seems not to be the case.
Yes, that does sound like quite a predicament.
Yeah, in about 24 hours, we'll have Shenhua here.
Okay, I think I understand now.
I don't.
Tarumaru says he heard the treasure hoarders conspiring to hide out at the beach directly
Of course he can
below
understand the dog.
Tenchikaku.
That makes sense. I mean, he's a dog.
No one usually thinks to look there,
you
and
know.
it's become something of a safe haven for treasure hoarders. He also mentioned that there were a gang of 5 people. The leader's name is Kosuke, and the second in command is called Yasuhisa. The leader's scent indicated he was probably from the Narukami Island area, while the 2 newcomers in the team were more likely from somewhere else.
You got all that from Woof?
Thank you, Tarumaru. It must have been hard for you, knowing the details of the crime but not being able to communicate them.
I would like to point out that I have now read 11 of Genshin Impact's books as audiobooks, and several of them have had dog dialogue as Woof. And I have intentionally not said Woof a single time, but this quest got it out of me without even paying attention. So, you know, I guess I'm just gonna have to go forward with some like dog sound effects triggered up on my soundboard over here, so that whenever I see the word Woof, I can just be like, and now I'm saying it even more talking about this observation. So let's continue.
Don't you worry. We'll take care of everything from here. We will definitely get your belongings back. Let's go there in person. We might not have any troops with us, but between the 2 of us, we should be able to deal with a handful of petty thieves.
Yeah, totally. All right. Go to the place indicated by Tarumaru. All right, so let me woof. How did I know that would be you, Beans? Washington University Public Health Fund. All right, so let's get this Shenhua trailer going here really quick before I continue on with this, so that we don't have to wait, because suspense. So let me get it like pulled up and ready. I gotta get the link for it. All right, and now I gotta get it into the window here. So hang on. I need to. I don't even know if this is going to work the way I want it to. It may or may not. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that is
Jade Chamber?
Definitely on the wrong one.
That's a huge project.
No, wrong trailer. No, bad.
The Jade Chamber belongs in the sky amongst the clouds.
Wrong trailer. Browser source. Stop it. All right. Now that I've repurposed it. All right. This should be the right one. Now I just gotta actually get it to be the right size.
Halt! This explains all the demonic activity. It was all you're doing. This ends now! A cryo avatar. Who are you?
What?
Demons are masters of deception. Never let down your guard.
That was actually really cool. Seems a little out of focus. No wonder. There we go.
Unleash! Transfiguration!
Picking on this abyss maze. What? Oh, did he just transform into a Lawachurl? Is that a canon ability that they now have?
Mind be purged, world be saved! Cryo incarnate!
Dang. Oh, she made him real dead.
This demonic activity is an omen of impending disaster. Perhaps Master was right.
Thank you for rendering your assistance. I see you're also an adept exorcist. Some of your techniques look quite familiar, so I'm wondering...
I am Shenhe. I roam these mountains. You needn't worry about me. But your temperature seems unusually high. Are you all right?
Oh, my popsicle! I almost forgot! Wait, Shenhe? Wait, so you're my auntie?
Oh, that's not what I expected. I was thinking they were going to be like siblings or something, but there's... How old is Shenhua supposed to be? What? All right, we're watching this again. Hang on, because that was kind of amazing. So we're definitely watching that one more time.
Halt!
This explains all the demonic activity. It was all you're doing. This ends now!
Pretty awesome to get to see even Chungyun actually getting some like good action stuff going on. I like it.
A cryo avatar. Who are you?
It's really cool. It's a good entrance. I really like
Demons are
this.
masters of deception.
That was awesome.
Never let down your guard.
Can't read what that says down there for some reason. I'll have to pull it up on actual YouTube instead of browser interaction. Okay, so
Transfiguration.
I like that they put so much like emphasis into the story aspect of her gameplay trailer demo. This is good. This is probably one of my favorite character teasers that they've made. This is awesome.
Mind be purged, world be saved.
I think what Chongyun was it White Blind? Is that what he was using? I'd have to look at it again. Like, I have a vague memory of the colors that I saw. Lance Queasing saying, like, it's that easy to destroy those Abyss Shields scam. I mean, they're both cryo characters against the Hydro, so it's believable. Ah, man, she killed the crap out of him.
This demonic activity is an omen of impending disaster. Perhaps Master was right.
Thank you for rendering your assistance. I see you're also an adept exorcist. Some of your techniques look quite familiar, so I'm wondering...
I am Shen-He. I roam these mountains. You needn't worry about me. But your temperature seems unusually high. Are you all right?
Oh, my popsicle! I almost forgot. Wait, Shen-He? Wait, so you're my auntie?
Okay, so this is hype for a lot of reasons. And this completely reaffirms the desire that I have to, I've been saying it for a little while, like, because, you know, ever since we learned that Shenhua was an exorcist, I've been saying I wanted to make an exorcist party. So, like, make a party of Shenhua paired with Chongyun and see how that ends up working out. She's cryo, he's cryo, they're both cryo. Maybe the intent is to make Chongyun relevant. And so I'm going to pair him with her for my team comp and see what happens. I've actually, like, this completely reaffirms that I was already planning on doing it, but like, this completely reaffirms like my decision-making process to do that. Hopefully I have enough here to invest a bit more into him, but you can see he was like level 40 for the longest time, and he is upgraded to 70 so that I've at least triggered all of his talents now, and I've started to level up some of this stuff a bit, but until I level him up more, I can't really add much more to it. But really, his field is all I really need anyways, so if I do continue to enhance him, it'll only be at max to 80, just to get a few more levels of his skills, but I don't know that I need to go much more investment on that. And I think I threw like a crappy Noblest set on him just so that I have something on him for that. Yeah, I did. Just so that he has something that benefits the team from a buffing standpoint. But if doing this is an attempt at making Chongyun relevant, then it could be really interesting. You know, we'll see what kind of buff items end up becoming like relevant for him as a character. Maybe it'll get him kind of pushed into the meta or looking at things that people don't usually think about. I totally did not mean to do that. But yeah, that'll be really interesting. We'll see. His burst is pretty good, if you recall. I mean, I've never really made much use of him, but I do like the idea of trying to turn Shenhua into like a primary DPS cryo unit with all cryo damage by standing in his field. So yeah, that's what my plan is for it right now. So that'll also give me cryo resonance, so high crit rate naturally. Probably I would want to go 4-piece Blizzard Strayer for her for that, just to go ahead and further stabilize it and make sure that she's just critting like every hit. I feel like you have a really good opportunity to make Shenhua like a nasty, powerful primary DPS. If you're basing it on a cryo resonance team, 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. I mean, it's kind of like what you can do with Ayaka, right? Like, you can basically do that with Ayaka, and she can infuse herself and just have somebody else bringing her as a battery. Now, I don't know if we know enough about her with this, but we'll see. I think this is how I'm going to try it. Now, I don't know what other characters I'll pair with them yet. Maybe Sara, just to get another buffer in there. Mike Bennett is C6, so I can't really make good use of Bennett for an infusion-based team. I do know that Bennett C6 overrides Chongyun's field, if I recall, so that won't work, but Sara could work. So it'd be a matter of finding somebody else. I want to say that Yunjin works with multiple elemental teams, right? Like I think you get more benefits with her the more different elements you have. So I would have at least 2 elements. I don't know, maybe it would be better to have somebody different. So then it would just be a matter of finding another healer. I'd love to throw Jean in another team. She always increases attack speed, and if the point is to make Shenhua punch up as far as damage production, I could put Viridis and Venerer on Jean and, you know, get the tabs that way, or I could use Kazuha and then use somebody else for healing. Ooh, Kazuha could be really good for that too. All right, now I got the party building juices flowing, but we'll see. Let's continue with the Gorou quest for now and finish this thing up. Yeah, let's, oh wait, is it not here? I thought it was gonna be in there. Okay, I guess not. Is it a transformation in Lawtrel or an invocation? It is unclear for me. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Where am I supposed to be going? Is it on the roof? Like, it's pointing me right here, but I'm not. Is there something on the ground? Is there something nearby? Do I need to use elemental sight? Like, what is happening here? We need Liyue healers. Yeah, there's not much on that. Look what it says. Go to the place lower. Oh, it's underground. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good eye. What's gonna be the easiest way to get out of here? Actually, I want to say the best way to get into the caves underneath would be just to jump into the little ravine that's over here. Yeah. Let's go this way. All right, Gorou, you're a little slow. I'm swapping to Ito. Yes, right over here. So like Chongyun, Yunjin, Shenhua, and Kokomi, that could be interesting if you're trying to go freeze. Although I tend to lean, like, I mean, I guess Kokomi would be a good healing option for that. I tend to lean Mona for that option just to continue to buff, but then I don't have heals. So yeah, I mean, I think Kokomi could work in that. I mean, honestly, you know, what with the most recent patch making, you know, the ocean husk set, I've gotten tons of good ocean pieces. So we'll see.
Close. There's danger in the air, and something doesn't smell right. Be careful.
I like that they always have Gorou smelling. All right, well then, let's knock these guys out really quick. You know what? Let's go straight to Xiao. Bye, guys. Just trigger this a couple of times. There we go. Ah, come on. That was supposed to go a little further. All right. Well, those guys are all gone.
This is bizarre.
Chi-Chi is best healer and damage dealer in one. I don't know about all that, but...
Boss, didn't you say that the most dangerous place is the safest place to hide?
Chi-Chi's definitely a good healer. I won't say anything that, you know, to the contrary of that. And definitely the ocean set does give her a nice damage opportunity for sure. I don't know, like I have always preferred Jean. You get field control. You get, like, if you have her at C2, you get a really nice attack speed buff. You get Viridis and Venerer, which buffs you. And you get a pretty easy, if you build her right, a pretty easy recharged elemental burst that just full heals your whole party without much effort. Like, oh man, is like, I have always loved having Jean, because when you have that oh shit heal moment, she's there for you.
Yeah, and I still maintain that I'm right in principle. Think how many days we've been here. No one else has come looking for us, have they? I can't believe we got caught. Just when the whole thing had nearly blown over. Hey kid, who the heck are you guys anyway?
Just some people fighting for justice in Inazuma. That's a that's like Aether's like hero line, right? Like he gets like stands up with like one leg up on a rock. Just some people fighting for justice in Inazuma.
We shouldn't waste any more time on these people. Life is tough in the Resistance, but none of our troops would ever think about laying a hand on the innocent civilians under their rule. You have things so much better here, and this is how you choose to live your life? It's pure selfishness. We should turn them over to the Adventurers Guild right away. Once their identities are confirmed, they'll get the punishment they deserve.
Yeah,
Please,
probably.
Show a little mercy. We'll give you half of everything we've saved up over the years. If you're willing to turn a blind eye on this, anything's up for negotiation.
That's enough. Tie them up and take them away.
Yes, sir.
Come to think of it,
Gorou is
this
kind
is
of mad.
not a military camp, so there's no need for me to be so heavy-handed. But thieves still have to be punished. Let's escort them back.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know that you even really have the ability to arrest people here. Like, this may be a little out of your jurisdiction there, bud. All right, so deliver the treasure hoarders back to the Adventurers Guild. All right, just teleport back up. I'm not gonna walk. Have Coco and Chi-Chi with Clam on same team as autoplay. Yeah, that sounds weird. I don't know that I'm gonna do that. Is that the reason why some Genshin streamer hate Chi-Chi? I got nothing against Chi-Chi. Except for, I think the reason why most Genshin streamers probably have anything against Chi-Chi at all is just because she's, like, to most of us, she's like pity popper. That's what she's known for. For those of us who are a little bit higher investment, like, she tends to pop our, you know, our 50-50s when we'd rather have repetitions of, say, for me, I would love to have more constellations on Mona, but no, I get Chi-Chis and Deluxe usually. They're the ones that, like, historically, well, I guess at this point, Chi-Chi has one less constellation than Deluxe, Jean, and Kuching, but, like, it, for what it's worth, I didn't even get my first Chi-Chi until, like, 6 months in, and then she caught up to them. So, you know, there's that, too.
I didn't expect you to catch them so quickly, especially with no new leads to explore. In accordance with the rules, now that we have procured an oral confession from the treasure hoarders and verified the list of stolen items, we can now return the box to you.
Yeah, that's true also. That Chi-Chi is a slow cryo applier, which makes her a poor support but a decent healer. Yeah, oh, I mean, also she doesn't recharge particles, which is really annoying. So we can't forget that either.
Here, please take it.
I mean, Sacrificial Sword does allow her to, you know, especially if you have it at Refinement 5, an 80% chance to reset the skill, which is really nice. However, no particles. You can give her a weapon that will make her regenerate gray particles, but those are never going to be as good as actual proper elemental ones.
Thank goodness.
Are you going to open it and take a look?
Well, let me think. The contents of the box don't belong here. They belong on Watatsumi Island.
What is it? What's in the box, Gorou?
Let's head there now and open it.
What's in the box? Return to Watatsumi Island. All right. Let's do that then. Just use your C6 Bennett. Easy. Yeah, I mean, that's what I tend to do. Although, if I were to build, you know, my Shenhua, which I'm going to, around a cryo-infusion, you know, cryo-infused Changyun team, then, yeah, you know, I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Because they'll mess each other up. Mona Kazuha, perma-freeze. Yeah, I do like using Mona and Kazuha and Ayaka together. They're my go-tos for a freeze comp, and I don't know that I expect, you know, Mona, or not Mona, but, oh, what? How did I miss this? What is this? Preliminary study of Sangonomiya folk belief. This paper written by Shihab Berberuni, a scholar of modern history from Sumeru. 2 years before the war in a civil war in Inazuma, it details the folk beliefs of Watatsumi Island and the Sangonomiya people and puts forward some relatively new academic propositions. Interesting. How long is this? Oh, this is a long one. All right, well, I'm definitely not going to get into this right now, but definitely glad I just found this. All right, cool. I'm always game for finding new books that I hadn't found, especially given information for Sangonomiya. I'm definitely going to want to read that before tomorrow.
2, 3. Yes, it looks like they're all here.
All right, what are these?
Some personal items that once belonged to the troops under my command. Water bottles, towels, knee guards. Just everyday items, but each one bears the handwritten name of its former owner. These were the only things those soldiers had for their families to remember them by.
Okay, well, deep sag.
We all knew going into that battle that the odds of survival were slim. Many of the soldiers came to me and said they wanted to leave something behind as a keepsake for their loved ones.
That's not okay.
You see, their swords and polearms broke in battle. Their damaged armor wouldn't have been easy to carry. And many of them couldn't write very well, so they couldn't even leave a letter. In the end, all they could leave to their families were these ordinary items. Artifacts of their daily lives.
All right, well, that ended up being a bummer. And now I feel bad for making that
My
Bones
soldiers
joke earlier.
trusted me, but I failed to lead them to victory that day. Then they
Oof.
trusted me with these, and instead of honoring their last wishes right away, I had to hastily bury them in the sand. Every time something like this happens, I tell myself that by the next time I'm faced with the same situation, I have to be stronger.
Well, you got the box back. It's all right now.
Yeah. But right now, let me just mourn them for a little while longer.
All right, General of Watatsumi. Oh, like, let me mourn for them just a little while longer. Oof. Yo. Ouch. Well, that was ended on a little bit of a downer. Ouch. All right, well, I have now completed all of Gorou's quests. So he is now done. That said, I want to, like I said earlier, we're going to go back to this one and see if it will allow me to bring anybody else even into my world while this is active. I don't know that it will, but so long as it still allows it to be active, I should be able to do that. So, let me also advance the clock here before I do this, because this was the best time of day for that. I think the book is going to be useful in the upcoming new place in Inazuma. Yeah, for sure. And if you guys want to, I can, give that book a quick read here on the stream, and we can kind of discuss it for a few minutes before I take off, since I finished this the Gorou questline about 30 minutes faster than I thought I would. But we're going to do this screenshot over here first.
Strange.
Okay, so I need to skip through this.
Like this
Not really.
Hey, there seems to be some commotion.
Allow me to read.
All right, so this is
Secondly,
this
thirdly,
whole quest
and
over here, so we're
finally,
gonna see what happens. Although I kind of suspect I might have done this
I don't know
slightly
whose
out of
fan club
order,
it is, but they
but
are
we'll see.
raring to go.
Yeah.
Did something happen?
No.
Excuse me, something about you looks awful.
You're imagining things.
Well, one way or another,
Another.
fate has brought you here.
Okay, so I think that's the same line
well,
still.
Now Ms.Hina is gent.
Oh, well, she must be the
Alright, just,
polar opposite of Yaga.
He's the spitting image of Miss. Shh.
Alright.
Please let's take a.
And these
We
guys
borrowed
wanting their
cameras,
tons of photos with Gorou because he looks like Ms.Hina. It's a quirky practice of Yae
Alright.
Publishing House. Sure. Alright.
That should do it. Right. I
Really should be heading to
head
Yae
into the
Publishing House to hand in
to
those
hand
letters.
now.
You managed to keep him in the dark.
The Ms.Hina
No, you
bill.
did
Hey,
not.
everybody,
Because now they're bringing the
I'm
cutout.
curious too.
No.
Huh? Why?
Okay, so it just goes back to the same thing
Really?
anyway.
As curious as I am to see what all the fun.
Alright, same picture. That should bring the cutout back. Why is it so blurry? Stop being blurry. Okay, it got better. Okay, so let's see what happens. Got 2 more spaces. 6,084, 220. We'll see. Hopefully the cutout stays there. It did. Nice. Okay, so it does look like the cutout will stay there. I'm gonna swap my character. I'm going to bust out Zhongli, I think. All right, so I got room for 2 more people. Let's get some screenshots of some other guys here, other people who are joining for the stream. 6,084, 220 right there, top left, if you want to know what it is. War Paint Unicorns, yeah, all right. One more.
This wine tastes the same as I remember.
And who
But
else
where
we
are
got?
those who share the
I am
memory?
literally waiting to join as Ito. He desires the photos. No, like it didn't reset. Everybody, it does seem to be staying. So, yep, 6,084, 220. Spot for 1 more. It's Ms.Hina. Oh my god. I'll probably have to advance the clock again because, well, maybe I don't even need to do that because I think it looks better at night anyways. All right, so is there anybody else? 6,084, 220. If you want to join the world, I'm on the NA servers. Let me see what this this was. General of Watatsumi complete. K9 General, special operations and unlock all endings. All right, did that. All right. Well, we'll give it about 30 seconds, and then if nobody else, then we'll just go ahead and do this. Yeah, sorry to the people who were, you know, viewing from Asia. I appreciate you watching the stream. You know, sometimes I really do wish that we had, you know, cross-server options so that we could still, you know, hook up for cross-play opportunities like this. But, you know, them's the bricks, I guess. All right. Well, then. Oh, we got one right there. Togata. Oh, there's a cow. It's all Geo characters.
A strong body shows
all right.
strength and instills confidence in others around you. I must always stay at the top of my game.
We got a Gorou. We got. All right. Let's have everybody come down here so we can go ahead and get some screenshots down here. I'll actually put these screenshots on my Twitter and on my community. Well, probably at least on Twitter, maybe on the community page, but definitely on Twitter. Let's try to have everybody be a different character though, just so that the picture doesn't look weird.
Let's roll.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be on Zhongli. Maybe I should be on somebody that's like Inazuma based. I'm gonna swap characters to somebody Inazuma based. Let's see. Let's see. Who seems like a reasonable choice? I could do Kazuha. Kazuha could be good. Yoimiya is always good in this area. Kokomi is appropriate with Gorou, which is kind of hilarious. Who else? Not Sayu. I feel like Sara's not a great option in this either. It just seems ridiculous, although that might make her a better option. I think I'm going to do Kazuha. I prefer Kazuha. All right. Yeah, I think Traveler is good too. That's a good one. All right. Let's see. You guys can feel free to use, you know, your photo mode for screenshots and also poses, because that does tend to make the pictures a little bit more dynamic. I'm gonna do alpha, I think. Just get Kazuha looking all like close-eyed there. All right. Nice. All right. Let me set this up a little. Oh, nope, not hide character. See if I can get to a blur that doesn't ruin the picture. Oh yeah, that's pretty good right there, I think. Not bad. I like it. Let me try to reframe it just a little bit, see if I can tighten it up a little bit more. Yeah, even better. This is a completely ridiculous picture. This is amazing. Thanks for joining the world so that we could do this. Trying to get, let me do look at camera, see if, oh, it's already set to look at camera. Will he look over here, or is it because he's in the pose, probably? Wait, I thought the poses still would follow the camera. I don't know, I'm confused now. That's weird. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. No, it has to be alpha. All right. We'll get a couple more. Oh, Gorou was in the middle of moving. Let me move it back to, like, down here or something I think might be better. Like, weird hero pose with Ms.Hina. All right. Nice. I'll take it. Come on, Ito, smile for the camera. I don't even know. Does he have like a smile emote? I'm not even sure if he does. Let's see. Hello, guys in Gundams? Guys in Gundams. Interesting.
Keep your weapon at the ready.
Greeting.
You never know what's
Ito's
around the
facing
corner.
the wrong way. Let me see if I can tighten this up just a little more and then zoom it back out, possibly. See what that looks like as well, just for a... No, that doesn't work. I think it was better at the previous zoom, just kind of at a natural position. There we go. All right. Oh, there's a butterfly. I don't know why there's a butterfly in the shop, but that makes it better. Oh, that's Gorou. Oh man, I should have waited. Actually, that makes that even better because it makes Gorou looks like he hates the Ms.Hina, and that to me. Oh wait, was Aether blinking though? Oh my god, I think Aether was blinking. That's so unfortunate. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that screenshot. I'm getting some of the like action shots on the Gorou because I think it makes the screenshot slightly better. I want to see if I can get the butterfly one more time because that face he makes at the end is way too perfect. I have to. So let's see if I can get that, and then I'll definitely put that on Twitter after the stream. At TavotH, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, if you have Twitter.
For now. Commence physical training.
Come on, Ito. Let's go. Or not Ito, but Gorou. Come on. Do the emote. Do it. Chase that butterfly, man. Chase it. Come on. He's taking a really long time. Yeah, Tomo would have been a good one. I didn't even think about that. Oh, he's reading his fish cell phone again. I'll go ahead and photograph that one more time just because. At Teva Astoria, we're all waiting. Yes, that we are. Real life photos. Yeah, I mean, this is not too dissimilar from the real thing. Wait patiently, waiting for the butterfly. Come on! Bro can't believe the other dude's present. I'm kind of surprised we ended up with pretty much all male characters for this picture, but that's kind of hilarious. So, that was also completely by accident, but you know what? Hilarious. And yeah. Come on. Where is this butterfly? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look the other way. Here comes the butterfly. All right, come on. Perfect. Now, like, the butterfly even kind of blends in with Ito. I could probably Photoshop that out, and it just looks like Gorou is, I could totally Photoshop that out by layering two pictures together. That would actually be really, really easy. So, yeah. Now it'll just look like Gorou hates Ms.Hina. This is gonna be a good screenshot. I'll definitely, I'll put it up on both Twitter and on my YouTube community page so that you guys can see that. So don't worry, you guys. I'll make sure that the picture comes out good. Don't worry, I got this. I definitely got that. Hey, look, he's doing it again now. After making us wait forever, he does it a second time. It's still blending into Ito, so that still kind of works. All right. Well, that ended up working out nicely. Unless you guys wanted to do any other characters with it, I think that'll about cover it. I can take a look at that new book we just got and kind of see how that's going to apply, because it being as it seems like it has something, you know, obviously to do with Song of Nomiya, it'll probably have a vague connection to Ankanomiya. So I'll be really curious to see what that, you know, given that that's coming out tomorrow, to see, you know, what that's got going on. So let's take a quick look-see at that, shall we?
Follow my lead.
I don't wanna. All right, let's see. A preliminary study of Song of Nomiya folk belief. All right, so yeah, it's a reasonably long one. It'll probably take, you know, 5 or 10 minutes to get through this probably. Let's see. The version of this tale most widely accepted by the people of both Narukami and Watatsumi Island reads as follows. Around 2,000 years ago, the Archon War was drawing to a close in Inazuma. It is said during this time the Great Serpent, Orobashi, broke the coral branches off his body and guided the people of the deep sea back to the light of day. And by his grace and pity, he gathered them together to make a living upon the barren island of coral. But in this world of fickle fortune, humans, puny as they are, often suffered on account of their bitter lives and were gloomy because of their pain and misfortune. The bright sun, the clear skies and seas, the calm palace that glittered with rainbow light, the teachings of the clergy. None of these could assuage, I'd have to look that word up, the wounds of hunger and disease. Yeah, I don't know what that word means. The Great Serpent never forgot his past as one of the defeated, or his oath to never again allow his people to be forsaken. So he asked the Shrine Maiden, blessed daughter of mine, why did the daughter of the deep sea weep? Have I not defeated the Dragonair of the depths and given you the light of day? So Orobashi actually defeated the Dragonair. He didn't just take him away from it. Interesting. The wise Shrine Maiden replied, famine. The Great Serpent asked again, indeed, it is my failing that has caused you to go hungry. What then, my people, is your request? The Honest Elders replied, you made a road for us, guiding us to create a nation amidst the blue seas, with no need for robbery, oppression, or tyranny. For this, we are already more than grateful. Yet to the east of our coral island, there are lands wider and more fertile still. permit
That's why I've
us,
never
great
spent a
Lord,
single more on any of my snacks.
to set
I've won 'em
foot
all, fair
upon
and
those
square.
islands and there carve out a dominion for ourselves, that our children after us shall have a glorious past, a future in fullness, and a present without darkness. So this is them more than likely pressing to leave Enkanomiya. Interesting. Josh Brosh, yeah, I actually watched it as soon as it came out with everybody on the stream. The great serpent was silent and made no reply. Narukami, it was the dominated Narukami it was that dominated the eastern islands, possessing great strength in war, and those deities defeated thus were all slain to the last in accordance with the law of the divine realm. So this is again establishing the idea that during the Archon War, all deities that were not the seven were slain or pressed to leave to the Dark Sea. So not a great place to be if you were not one of the seven. There, like, seems like the divine realm, divine law said if you were not one of the seven, you did not get to stay here. But in many years that followed, the hungry and diseased people would ask time and again, at last moving the heart of their god. Thus did the great serpent train them to become mighty warriors who commandeered ships and sea monsters while mastering wave and cloud, leading them in an invasion of the Electro Archon's lands against the whistling of whale songs. But the people of the sea knew not what Watatsumi Omakami had embarked upon, a violent campaign in which he had no hope of victory, and his purpose was not conquest but sacrifice. It is said that there were inscriptions which the shrine maiden hid, upon which were written a prophecy of a certain defeat and the future of humiliation that awaited this eastern expedition. So this is interesting. This is kind of making it sound like, and we can't say for sure whether or not this is the same incident, but this kind of makes it seem like when Orobashi made the press against Inazuma, he was driving the people of Watatsumi to rebellion against Inazuma intentionally as a sacrifice, though. For what reason, I don't know. Like, maybe he realizes that under his guidance they were destined to famine, so he sacrificed himself so that under the care of Inazuma potentially they could actually flourish. Maybe that, like, I don't know. Interesting. It is said that there were Orobashi's true motives are not well recorded by history. This is merely a hypothesis drawn by those who discovered the inscriptions. Watatsumi Omakami long knew that he would not have any chance of survival this time, but accepted the prophecy's result calmly. If he wished to ensure the perpetuation of the people's faith, there was but one path: sacrifice. Even if Watatsumi would pass away, its people would endlessly weave their memories of joy, prosperity, bitterness, and loss into a united faith. These memories in turn would flourish on account of the intense emotions of a vanquished people, forced into shameful submission. Many among Watatsumi people now no longer believe that their guiding Omakami has any chance of revival, but their pride as Watatsumi's people, the pain of watching the body of their god carved up for the minerals by their overlord, the hurt of losing that god, these emotions have passed from generation to generation, becoming the pillars of forbearance, resistance, and sacrifice that underpin the faith of Watatsumi's people. You know, I have to say that something I hadn't considered with regard to Orobashi and Watatsumi by extension is the fact that, yeah, like, not only was their god slain, but they had to watch his body just, become one with the earth and then be harvested to make weapons for the nation that killed him. That's kind of messed up, really, when you think about it. That's something I hadn't really thought about until now. As the author has mentioned, Song of Nomiya has an extreme lack of written historical material. As such, these past motives have all essentially become fictional tales upon which future generations can inscribe any meaning they wish. Thus, these histories have become histories of accumulated consciousness, rather than histories of recorded fact. The fact that this collective consciousness has strengthened and rendered ever more cohesive over time, such that a people who have lost their beloved god may still actively resist a nation whose faith is in a mighty elemental deity. This just goes to show that their persistence is hardly some obsolete thing. Notably, this tendency to give little thought to the facts of the past and emphasize the consciousness of the present is a glaring flaw in Watatsumi today. The flames of these hatreds and humiliations, born and nursed over hundreds and thousands of years, can be fanned by those with an agenda in leaner years and ultimately bring catastrophe upon the nation. But though I say this, while the people of Watatsumi are known for their forbearance, are they really to grin and bear this mortification endlessly for the sake of survival? With their recent economic exploitation at the hands of the Kanjo Commission, more and more of the young people of Watatsumi are discussing resistance and their complaints. It seems evident to me that the discussions are not merely about the past, but about the present and also future. So this book was written obviously some time ago and actually foreshadowed the resistance that was to come. Of course, the resistance didn't actually come about until the Sakuko decree and the the Vision Hunt decree were instantiated. That's when they actually were like, all right, no more, this far, no further, we're done. So that's interesting. However, there is another version of the legend of Watatsumi Omakami's slaying. While the people of the deep yet dwelt in the depths, they kept very reliable chronicles, for there was no day or night for them. If they kept no precise records, they would even forget what time was. But these chronicles were ordered, sealed in Ankonomiya by the Great Serpent, never to be retrieved. The names of the people of Watatsumi were also not written in the Inazuman style then. The names and surnames used today by them came about by order of the Great Serpent, who had them learn the traditions of Narukami. It is said that when Watatsumi Omakami decided to bring the people of the depths out of the waters, he did this at the instruction of the heavens themselves. For Watatsumi Omakami had once fled into the dark sea to avoid the Archon War, committing a grave sin in the process. Interesting. Thus, perhaps it was upon heaven's order that Orobashi went to his death, though this cannot be known for sure. Unfortunately, the script once used in Ankonomiya is known to few, and the books themselves have been hidden there also. Thus, I fear that the truth of the matter shall never see the light of day. However, these legends that hint at the truth are but unimportant anecdotes compared to the aforementioned ones that imply much about the consciousness of the people.
Convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Very interesting. So I think right here in this last paragraph, one of the more interesting things to take away here is that it creates some ambiguity with the idea of why Orobashi was, driven to be slain. This makes it sound as if he definitely sacrificed himself, and he was one of the, it makes it seem as if he was one of the deities who fled to the Dark Sea at the resolution of the Archon War to avoid being killed by Celestia, because only the 7 could remain. But if he brought his people, the people that would become Watatsumi, from Ankonomiya to bring them from salvation away from famine in Ankonomiya, he did that knowing that he would be killed by celestial order. So that's very interesting to me. Also, that makes me wonder then if he was killed by celestial order, like if he brought the people of Ankonomiya back to Watatsumi to save them from the famine, knowing that he would be like basically persecuted by Celestia because he was supposed to be killed during the Archon War and fled, did Celestia order to go and kill Orobashi at that time? Like, I always kind of assumed that, like, because Watatsumi was battling Inazuma and Sasayuri was killed, that's what inevitably brought her to kill Orobashi, because she's like, I'm bringing an end to this. But this also brings into consideration an entirely new motivation for her slaying Orobashi with such vigor, and you know, just like straight cutting him in half, and you know, cutting the island in half, and leaving a crater of destruction and a wake of doom, like all the way as far as Narukami Island. Like, that's crazy. Like, very, very interesting. Like, if Orobashi basically sacrificed himself, that kind of changes the way I kind of am looking at this here. No, he sacrificed himself to Raiden. I have the book. So, I mean, yeah, this makes it look like he did sacrifice himself. This is very interesting. So basically, he brought the people of Watatsumi from Ankanomiya to spare them from famine, full well knowing that he would be killed, which is pretty crazy. Interesting. He likely knew he would be killed for saving his people. Yeah, because he made himself known. And the whole reason he was there in the first place was to avoid death at the hands of the Archons who won the Archon War. And then, you know, he brings them back and is killed by the closest Archon available. So this again enters into my mind, this idea of whether or not Celestia has the ability to coerce the active Archons. At this point in time, we don't really know for sure, right? Like, I kind of don't think this would be a coercion incident, right? Because Makoto should have still been alive at that time. And Makoto was the one who had the Gnosis. So if it was by celestial order and it was forced coercion, then that should have been Makoto, not A, to kill Orobashi. But Makoto was not a fighter. That was not what she did. So it would have to be A. So this makes it seem like, no, maybe it's not forced coercion, but it may still have been a celestial order that because Makoto could not carry it out, A had to stand in and do it for her. And as far as everybody else was concerned anyways, A and Makoto were the same person. So yeah, crazy. There's 2 more books to go with this. I hope the other 3 are in the update. Interesting. So I do have one of them. I believe it's what is it? I have this one, Circuit Drake of Tokyo no Kuni. That also explains a big part of that. You're probably talking about that one. There's also Song and Amiya Chronicles, but I don't think that's one of them. I don't know what the other book is. There's probably one more then, and I don't know what the other book is, but I'll have to look into this now and see what other Song and Nomiya books exist and see if I can snatch them up and finish putting the pieces together at some point. Maybe if I have some time tomorrow afternoon after I get off of work, before the stream begins for Shenhua, I'll see if I can find that book, review it, and see what it is that we need to discuss with that. So yeah, we'll see.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear.
How long have you guys been like this? Dear Lord. You oh, God. You can't just all be Ito when I come out of the menu staring at me thinking. Like, oh my God. Since before I started reading the book. Wow. Really, guys? All 3 of you. Oh, God.
Wherever in this world I carry memories of my
I don't even know what to say about this. I'm just gonna also be Ito now. All right, so now there's all Itos. Oops, all Itos. Anyways, yes, and I was the one that asked to do it. Well, I would have been more surprised if it wasn't you. Anyways, guys, I am gonna call it for the stream for the night. We are right at about the 3-hour mark. It's been a hell of a night. We got all the way through Gorou's hangout in one evening. The last time I did a hangout event, I think it took me 3 separate streams to finish the damn thing. So that was great. That needed to be accomplished. And we found one of the Ankanomiya books, so that's also pretty cool. And I just yeeted a cow off a cliff. Yeah, so thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out for the duration of the stream. Tomorrow I will be rolling for Shenhua on the stream, building her, and then we will go and see if we can farm some of the materials to continue leveling her. So if you guys want to level your Shenhuas along with me and farm those materials, then be sure to join the stream for tomorrow night, because I will be trying to figure out whatever material we need for that and just going straight for it and farming it so that I can get her leveled up to 90 as soon as possible. Please, guys, if you enjoyed the content, if you, like the stream, it really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Of course, so does subscribing if you haven't already. And make sure to hit the notification button because that also really helps out with everything. Although sometimes YouTube still doesn't send the notifications, but, better to have it not, and not get notifications than to need notifications and you don't have it. I don't know if that even made sense, really. Who knows? Additional cow yeets. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here for the night because I got a lot to do tomorrow. I'm still working on finishing the 12th day of Teyvat Wintoria as well. So we got that going on too. So much to do. Tomorrow night, Shenhua stream, rolling, leveling, all that good stuff. Afterwards, I will also be co-oping with viewers on the stream to complete domains so that I can level up her friendship level faster. That is also something that I need to do, and I'm going to be doing that as much as I can until I get her to friendship level 6 so that I can make her origins video much sooner. I'm actually working on a way to get that information sooner, but it hasn't happened yet. But when that does, then I will be able to, with hopes, if everything goes well, hopefully I'll be able to actually release character origins videos the day they come out. That's the dream. If I can make that happen, I will. But ideally, I'll be able to at least shift the entire process back like a week, which would probably bring it to within a few days of the character's release at max. So that would still be ideal. Right now, my main plan will be to make character origins videos for the new 5-star character like the day they come out, and then probably like the 4-star character the following week. And then, theories and any other content in the time between new character releases. That way everybody can, can learn as much about the characters like as quickly as possible. And, you can hit the ground rolling, as it were. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here for tonight. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitch if you're over there. And thanks for watching. Have a great night. And don't forget to eat the cake. Gorou likes cake. Get him some cake. You don't eat the Paimon when you eat cake. Eat cake!
Don't underestimate the beetle. They can be some of the toughest little guys around. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Want to know what's on this beetle's diet? Sweat and tears, that's what. That's how it gets stronger. I think we can all learn something from that.